in the parliament. So I'll, sorry for that, I'll read it from here. Thank you so much. So let me first talk about the concept of the parliamentary openness. We all know that in the, parliament is open across the world. So our parliament, every parliament across the world are open, but are they actually, there is one question, does such openness of the transparency alone ensure the parliaments are truly accountable to the people? So only being open is not enough. Are they accountable or not? That's how we need to look after the parliamentary openness and its concepts. Let me talk about concepts again. Public representations at 3 levels, is needed for the parliamentary openness. First, access to information and data. We all need to have information and data first to, talk about the parliament's openness. Our parliament is open or not is based on how much data they share, how much data they provide, what are the daily schedule they are publishing or not, are they uploading the bills that are registered to the parliament or not, are they uploading and sharing the amendments that member of parliament put in the parliament, are the parliamentary committees are open or not. That's how we see the parliamentary openness. So there are 3 measures we check. Transparency of the parliamentary in data and proceeding, that is necessary for the parliamentary openness. Citizen engagement. If the parliament is open but people are not connected to the parliament, we can't say this parliament is open. So there should be a way forward to connect with the people and their engagement. In Nepal's parliament, peoples are allowed to visit the parliamentary meetings, but not in the parliamentary committee meetings. But our, one of the parliament, our parliament building was burned down 1 year earlier during the Gen Z protest. So for now, we are, running in the temporary hall. Our parliament meetings are being held at the temporary halls. So currently, there are no seats available for the public, but it used to be at least 300 to 400 people can sit in the parliament and they can watch the proceedings of the parliament. So that's how our parliamentary engagement previously was. So third point is media freedom and right to information. We need to judge from the perspective of the media as well. How much media get access to the parliament? That's how we measure the parliamentary openness. Okay, so how open is, now I'll discuss about the Nepal's parliament's openness. How open is our Nepal's parliament? Nepal's parliament's website is up to date. It is, one of the updated website in Nepal. All parliamentary notices are published on the website. Every parliamentary meetings notice are available on the parliamentary websites. Parliamentary meetings are broadcasted live on YouTube. Parliament is live on YouTube. And the videos are also available on the websites. So after the live, we can also watch a single person's MP's voice on the websites, what he said or what he discussed about the situations. Our all registered bills, motions, and the amendments also are uploaded on the parliamentary websites. Whenever a bill gets registered and MPs put their amendments, so they are published on our website. Next. So the public can provide feedback. Also, our website has the feedback, if the bill is registered in the parliament, people can put their feedback on the websites, but there is a lack of mechanism or established practices for reviewing and considering or consolidate such a feedbacks. So parliament takes the feedback from the public, but there are no such mechanism or practices we have seen during the reporting that those feedbacks are taken seriously. amendments from the MPs has seen seriously, but not the feedbacks from the public has seen seriously. That's the issue we are facing. Next. So, Nepal's parliament also has the hearing system. Nepal follows the British model parliamentary system, bicameral system, but we have introduced the parliamentary hearing system like of the America. So that's the new thing we have recently. Let's say it's been 20 years now. So parliamentary hearing, we do the hearing of the chief justices of the Supreme Court, justices and the many constitutional bodies head, all of the constitutional bodies head should go through the parliamentary hearing. We give 10 days notice for the public to, give if anything complaint against them. And there is twice, once the Chief Justice has been denied from the parliamentary hearing, and once there is denied of the election commissioner has been denied from the parliamentary hearing. There is a 2 example we have. And public feedback and public complaints are taken seriously during the parliamentary hearing in Nepal. Another thing is Nepal's parliamentary committee are also open. As a journalist, we can witness the parliamentary committee's process. We can attend, observe, record, and report from the parliamentary committees. Mostly, even not in the India, mostly countries doesn't allow in the parliamentary committees for the press. But in Nepal, our practices is we allow the parliamentary committees open for the press. You can see the cameras over there. So this was our parliament that was burned down during the Gen Z protest. You can see it was put on the fire. It's almost 1 year now. So we can go there and sit in the lobby and report in the parliamentary gallery. There used to be a 40 seat for the journalist, I guess, sometimes 60 seat and sometimes less seats. But moreover, 30 to 40 seats used to be allocated for the journalist in the parliament. There used to be a separate media rooms for the National Assembly and House of Representatives, the separate media rooms. And there used to be a media stand at the entrance of the parliamentary building. If any MP wants to talk with the media, they can come out of the building and they can stand at the media stand and give their bites or their thoughts about the various subject matters. So we also have the Right to Information Act in Nepal. I guess all of the countries have such a provisions, but it has worked really well in Nepalese context. In Nepal, MPs who has a home in Kathmandu valleys are not allowed to receive house rent. But in Nepal, some of the MPs received house rent despite they have homes in Nepal. So one of the journalists, Makar Shrestha, he filed a right to information complaint notices, and he get the information. And later on, all the MPs who got the house rent, they has to reimburse it. So that's how the right to information also used by the media and the journalists. So this is our now temporary meeting hall of the parliamentary parliament meeting, House of Representatives hall. This is temporary hall. So there are no journalists are allowed currently because the lack of the seats available there. No gallery is there. Next. So public participation in lawmaking. We have one Legislation Act 2081, which made it mandatory for the ministry to publish the draft bill before the approval by the cabinet. Nowadays, we got to see what the ministry is preparing, what kind of bill they are preparing. They must have to upload it to the website for a certain time. That's the mandatory on our Legislation Act 2081. So we, in Nepal, it's 2081 currently. We are 57 years ahead of the rest of the world AD calendar. So parliamentary committee discuss with the relevant groups. Normally parliament, if there is a school education bill, the parliamentary committee will invite the private school owners, teachers association and other groups for discussion during the bills, but not public directly get a chance to involve in the parliamentary committee or lawmaking discussions. Nepal's, on 13th July 2014, Nepal's parliament sent the contempt of court bill for the public feedback directly from the parliament. So in Nepal, we have also the provision that parliament can send a bill to the public to get their thoughts and votes about what they think about the bills, provisions. So this was widely criticized contempt of court bill, which might make differences in the freedom of expressions. So it could curtail. There was a discussion. Nepal Bar Association and the Federation of Nepali Journalists at that time criticized the bill. And the speaker of that time, Subhas Nemang, sent it to the public feedback. But this was proposed by the law minister at the parliament. And but the bill was never came back and couldn't become a law. As we discussing about the involvement of the public in the lawmaking process and parliamentary openness, there are rarely private bills or bills presented by the MPs are passed. If we see, in the 30 years of Nepal's course of the parliamentary democracy, only 3 bills has been passed, which was registered by the MPs. The rest of the bills are the government bills, and government brings the bills and it gets passed from this way. Thank you so much. I'll sit there and we'll have a discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj. After this presentation, if you have any queries and questions about Nepali Parliament, तपाईहरुसँग नेपालको संसद यो प्रस्तुति हेरिसकेपछि नेपालको संसदको बारेमा केही छोटा प्रश्न अथवा केही विचार छन् भने म लिन्छु. कोही चाहनुहुन्छ? If you interested, please raise your hand. I will provide mic. किनभने संघीय संसद सचिवालयको प्रवक्ताज्यू हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ. We have a spokesperson of Federal Parliament Secretariat, Mr. Ekram Giri. उहाँको व्यस्तताको कारणले अलि चाँडै निस्कनु पर्ने बाध्यता छ. हामी अलिकति ढिला भएको कारणले यदि चाहनुहुन्छ भने तपाईहरुको छोटो छोटो प्रश्न लिएर उहाँबाट विचार हामी लिन्छौं. केही छ? छैन. त्यसो भए सुरुमा म एकराम गिरी सरलाई अनुरोध गर्दछु कि जुन प्रस्तुतिमा मनोजजीले पनि केही संकेत गर्नुभयो, नेपालको संसद खुला छ यो अनुकरणीय रूपमा, तर केही जो प्रतिक्रिया अथवा केही प्रश्न सर्वसाधारण नागरिकबाट हुन्छ त्यसको सम्बोधन सही तरिकाबाट अझ राम्रोसँग हुन सके हुन्थ्यो भन्नुभएको छ. त्यसको जवाब तपाई कसरी दिनुहुन्छ?
प्रश्नको लागि धन्यवाद लिल सर. खास गरी संसदीय मामिला पत्रकार समाजका अध्यक्ष मनोजजीले चाहिँ ओभरअलमा सचिवालयले सूचना कसरी प्रवाह गर्दछ भन्ने विषयमा राखिनै सक्नु भएको छ. हरेक नागरिकसँग संसदका गतिविधि, संसद भन्नाले समितिको बैठकहरू, समितिका क्रियाकलापहरू, त्यसबाहेक संसदले गर्ने अन्य क्रियाकलापहरू पुग्न जरुरी छ भन्ने मान्यता संघीय संसद सचिवालयले पनि राख्छ.
त्यो प्रस्तुतिमा आएको अथवा छुटेको यो पनि हामीले गरेका थियौं भन्न पाए हुन्थ्यो भन्ने लागेछ भने त्यतातिर लाग्नु पर्छ.
हैन, हामीले धेरै एस्पेक्टहरुमा गइरहेका छौं. हामीले गर्न नसकेको चाहिँ भनौं, बरु हामीले गर्न नसकेको चाहिँ अहिले सोशल मिडियामा हामी गइरहेका छैनौं. खास गरी पछिल्लो समयमा सोशल मिडियाको क्रेज अलि बढी छ नेपालमा. धेरै मान्छेहरू यसमा संलग्न पनि भएको देखिन्छ. त्यस सन्दर्भमा हामी सोशल मिडियामा अलि कमजोर छौं. अरुमा त हामी वेबसाइटमा हाम्रो अप टु डेट सूचना प्रवाह छ. कुनै पनि नागरिकले आरटीआई को प्रयोग गरेर सूचना माग गर्नुहुँदा हामीले सूचनाहरू समयमा उपलब्ध गराएकै छौं. हामी अझ यसलाई प्रभावकारी बनाउनका लागि सदस्यहरूको हाजिरी लगायतका अन्य कुराहरूलाई वेबसाइटमा लाइभ रूपमै अपडेट गर्ने पनि हाम्रो योजना छ. हामी नागरिकप्रति संसद उत्तरदायी हुनुपर्छ, जसरी सरकार संसदप्रति उत्तरदायी हुनुपर्छ, त्यसै गरेर संसद चाहिँ नागरिकप्रति उत्तरदायी हुनुपर्छ भन्नेमा सचेत छौं. आगामी दिनमा भएका कुनै त्यस्ता समस्याहरूबारे खास गरी सोशल मिडियालाई पनि हामी कभरेज गर्ने तरिकाबाट अगाडि बढ्दै छौं.
जस्तो भविष्यको लागि संघीय संसद सचिवालयले यो पनि ल्याउन खोजिराखेका छौं. यदि यो खालको व्यवस्था गरियो भने खुला संसदको अभ्यास साँच्चै प्रभावकारी र तपाईहरु स्वयंलाई पनि सन्तोषजनक रहन्छ भन्ने लाग्छ.
यस्तो अहिले हामीसँग भौतिक पूर्वाधारको केही समस्याहरू छ, अघि मनोजजीले पनि भन्नुभएकै छ। हामी नयाँ भवनमा सरिसके पछाडि हामी सञ्चारकर्मी साथीहरूलाई भित्र नै सिट एभाइलेबल गराउँछौँ। हामीले कोही नागरिकहरू पनि हेर्न चाहनुहुन्छ सदन भने हामी त्यसलाई पनि उपलब्ध गराउँछौँ। हामी इभन स्कुलका स्टुडेन्टहरूका लागि पनि हामीले उपलब्ध गराइ आएकै हौँ। त्यो पनि विगत लामो समयदेखि हामीले उपलब्ध गराएकै छौँ र आगामी दिनमा पनि गराउँछौँ। हामी अहिलेको सूचना प्रविधिको जुन सुविधा छ त्यो सुविधालाई अझ बढी व्यापक प्रयोग गर्न चाहन्छौँ। मूलभूत रूपमा नेपालको संसदीय खुलापनमा मूलभूत रूपमा 3टा कुरामा स्थिर छ र 3टा फन्डामेन्टलमा आधारित छ। त्यो भनेको पारदर्शिता, अर्को सिभिक पार्टिसिपेसन यानि कि नागरिक सहभागिता, अर्को सार्वजनिक जवाफदेहिता, पब्लिक एकाउन्टेबिलिटी। यी 3टा कुरालाई आधार मानेर हामीले चाहिँ आगामी दिनमा खास गरी सूचनाको पहुँचमा आम नागरिकहरूको पहुँच अभिवृद्धि गर्नका लागि चाहिँ हामीले गरिरहेका छौँ। जस्तो मनोज सरले राख्दै गर्दा मोक पार्लियामेन्टको कुरा चाहिँ एउटा छुट्याइरहनु भएको थियो। हामी इभन संसद सचिवालय नै विभिन्न दुर्गम जिल्लाहरूमा गएर विद्यार्थीहरूसँग पनि नमुना संसद कस्तो हुन्छ भनेर हामीले त्यो सम्बन्धी जानकारी पनि प्रवाह गरिरहेका छौँ। हामीले धेरै खास गरी सूचना प्रवाह चाहिँ हाम्रो विगतदेखि नै इभन 16 सालमा हाम्रो संसद सुरु भयो। 16 देखि 17 सालसम्म हामी खुला थियौँ। त्यो बिचमा 20 सालदेखि हामी 32 सालमा केही पत्रकारहरूलाई इन्ट्री गरियो, जबकि 39 साल असार 11 गतेबाट चाहिँ हामी अझ केही सीमित भयो भने खुला भयौँ। 48-60बाट अझ बढी खुला भयौँ। 63-72 हुँदै हामी झन्झन खुला हुँदै आएका छौँ। हामीले खुलापनमा वास्तवमै भन्ने हो भने र स्वतन्त्रपूर्वक मूल्याङ्कन गर्ने हो भने अथवा तेस्रो पक्ष मूल्याङ्कन थर्ड पार्टी इभ्यालुएसनमा जाने हो भने पनि सम्भवतः नेपालको संसद अन्य संसदहरूको तुलनामा खुला नै छ। अझ भन्नुपर्दा संसद कति खुला छ भनेर नाप्ने मापदण्ड भनेका भनेका 3टा विषयहरू भने यसका सूचकहरू विभिन्न देशहरूले विभिन्न तरिकाबाट गरेका छन्। ग्लोबल लेजिस्लेटिभ आइसिटी के भन्छ एउटा इन्डेक्स छ। त्यो इन्डेक्सले केही सूचकहरू गरेको छ। त्यसै एसियाकै कुरा गर्ने हो भने एसिया पार्लियामेन्ट्री ओपननेस इन्डेक्स छ। त्यसले 31वटा सूचकहरूलाई मानेर चाहिँ पार्लियामेन्ट कसरी चाहिँ खुला हुन्छ भनेर भनेका छ। ती 31वटा सूचकहरूप्रति हामी सचेत छौँ। हाम्रो पार्लियामेन्टले धन्य 25-26वटा सूचक त पुरा नै गरिसकेको छ।
हस्, धेरै धन्यवाद छ। म यहाँहरूसँग फेरि पनि एकैछिनमा आउनेछु। यहाँलाई हतार छ त्यो त हामी बुझ्छौँ, तर अलिकति धैर्य गरिदिनु हुनुको लागि मेरो अनुरोध छ। हामीसँग वरिष्ठ पत्रकार तथा एसिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसर जगत नेपाल हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँले आफैले पनि संसदको विषयमा किताब अध्ययन अनुसन्धान राम्रो छ। खुलापनको हिसाबमा अझ यो गर्न सकियो भने नेपालको सन्दर्भमा 62-63 को आन्दोलन र नयाँ संविधान बनिसकेपछि जेनजी पछिल्लो आन्दोलनपछि कतिपय संसदमा भइराखेका काम कारबाहीको विषयमा पनि धेरै व्यक्तिहरूमा केही असन्तुष्टिहरू हामी देख्छौँ। कानुन बनाउने ठाउँ तर त्यहाँ झै झगडा ततमम गरेर जुन खालको देखिन्छ, अझै केही सुधार्ने ठाउँ छ जस्तो लाग्छ यहाँलाई?
धन्यवाद लिलजी। अब हाम्रो मनोजजी र एकराम सरले जति राखिसक्नुभयो, मैले त बोल्ने ठाउँै छैन। तर म के भन्छु भने नेपालको पार्लियामेन्टले सुरुदेखि नै, हाम्रो एकराम सरले भन्नुभयो 2015देखि, म त भन्छु 2008 सालदेखि नै सल्लाहकार सभादेखि यति ओपननेस क्रिएट गरिरहेछ। ब्रिटिस मोडलमा हामी वेस्ट मिनिस्टर सिस्टमलाई अडप्ट गरिरहेछ र त्यो बेलाको पार्लियामेन्टलाई तपाईँको सोभरेन अधिकार थिएन सल्लाहकार सभा, तर पनि त्यसले त्यो अधिकार प्रयोग गरेर पिपुललाई त्यो बेलादेखि नै दिइरहेछ। उसले
भनेको नेपालमा थप खुल्लापन गर्नुपर्ने छोड्नुपर्ने केही छैन अथवा छ?
आउँदैछु म। त्यसपछि पञ्चायत कालमा अलिकति हामी सिस्टम चेन्ज गऱ्यौँ। 2038 सालभन्दा अगाडि त्यहाँ पत्रकारहरूलाई प्रवेश थिएन, त्यो एउटा कालखण्ड छ। तर राष्ट्रिय पञ्चायतभित्रै पनि त्यसको विरोध भएर 38 पछि फेरि ओपन गर्नुपर्ने भयो। 38 को चुनावपछि 39 पछि। अब त्यसपछि चाहिँ नेपालको पार्लियामेन्ट ओपन छ। झन्डै 20 वर्ष म पनि त्यहाँ बसेँ। ग्रेजुअल्ली गरिरहेछ, तर कहीँ चाहिँ पिपुलले हाम्रो सोसाइटीभन्दा पार्लियामेन्ट अगाडि गयो कि एउटा मलाई लाग्छ त्यहाँ। अर्को चाहिँ पार्लियामेन्ट र यो अरू स्टेक होल्डरको बिचमा जुन प्रकारको कोअर्डिनेसन हुनुपर्थ्यो, जुन अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ हुनुपर्थ्यो, त्यसमा अलिकति ल्याक भयो कि कम्युनिकेसनमा।
अहिले पनि
जस्तो पार्लियामेन्टले दिन खोजेको उसले राम्रोसँग दिन खोजिरहेको छ, त्यसलाई लैजाने भेहिकलले त्यो लैरहेको छैन कि, हामीले मिडियाले जुन प्रकारको सिरियसनेस गर्नुपर्थ्यो त्यो भइरहेको छैन कि, अझै बढाउनु पर्ने छ कि, मलाई त्यस्तो फिल हुन्छ। इभन पिपुलले पनि कतिपय चिजमा हाम्रो कोअर्डिनेसन अझै बढी हुनुपर्छ। जस्तो म एउटा उदाहरण भन्छु। केही समय पहिला सुभाष नेमाङ सभामुख हुनुहुन्थ्यो, उहाँले रुलिङ गर्नुभयो कि एमपिजहरूलाई तपाईँ आफ्नो जिम्मेवारी पुरा गर्नुहोस्, मोबाइल नउठाउनुहोस् हलमा। 3 पटक रुलिङ गर्दा पनि एमपीहरू त्यो मान्नु भएन। तर जब मिडियामा त्यो न्युज आयो पिपुलले उनीहरूलाई फोन गरेर आफ्नो एमपीहरूलाई अवेर गरायो, त्यसपछि रुलिङै गर्नु परेन।
त्यसो भए नेपालको सञ्चार माध्यम मिडियाले कसरी सहयोग गर्नु पर्यो त खुलापनको लागि अथवा उत्तरदायी हुनको लागि?
होइन, हामीले त्यसरी लिनु भएन। मिडियाले पर्याप्त गरिरहेछ, तर हामीले अझै यसलाई बेटर बनाउनलाई अहिले भएको त्यो छैन मैले भने होइन, राम्रो भएको छ। किन जति पनि पिपुलले थाहा पाएको छ पार्लियामेन्टको आउटरिच त मिडिया थ्रु भइरहेछ। तर हामी पछिल्लो समय के छ भने सोसल मिडिया या कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटरहरू त्यो हल्का विषयहरू बढी पिपुल चाहिँ सोसल मिडियामा गइसक्यो, मास मिडियाको सिरियस कन्टेन्टमा पिपुलको इन्ट्रेस्ट कम भइरहेछ। त्यसलाई एड्रेस गर्नलाई हामीले कोवर्क गर्नुपर्छ भन्न खोजेँ।
हस्, धेरै धन्यवाद छ। र हामीसँग सामुदायिक रेडियो प्रसारक सङ्घ अकुरा नेपालका उपाध्यक्ष तथा रेडियो मुक्ति बुटौलको अध्यक्ष हुनुहुन्छ दिपु पोखरेलज्यू। यो हामी नेपालको सन्दर्भमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि मेन स्ट्रिम मिडिया, लोकल मिडिया भनेर जुन खालको एउटा विभाजनको रेखा कोरिराखेको अहिले पनि हामी सुन्छौँ। स्थानीय स्तरमा, जिल्ला स्तरमा रहेर रेडियोमा अथवा सञ्चार माध्यम सञ्चालन गर्दाखेरि संसद र सांसदसँग जनतालाई जोड्नको लागि अथवा खुलापनको लागि रेडियोले कस्तो खालको अभ्यास गर्न सम्भव रहेछ? तपाईँको अनुभवले के बताउँछ?
धन्यवाद निलजी। स्थानीय तहमा बसेर सामुदायिक रेडियोहरूले काम गरिराख्दाखेरि हामीले विशेष गरी चाहिँ स्थानीय मुद्दा होइन, त्यसै गरी स्थानीय सरोकारका विषयहरू चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ गुनासा, त्यसै गरी समाचारहरू, विभिन्न समाचारहरू के अरे रेडियोको माध्यमबाट, सामुदायिक रेडियोको माध्यमबाट चाहिँ हामीले जनताको आवाज संसदसम्म र संसदको आवाज जनतासम्म पुर्याउने चाहिँ स्थानीय तहमा बसेर हामीले काम गरिरहेका छौँ।
रेडियोमा यस्तो खालको कार्यक्रम
चलाइरहेको छ, यस्तो खालको कार्यक्रमहरू। त्यसका लागि चाहिँ विशेष गरी हामीले बहसहरू होइन, अनि छलफलहरू, अन्तर्वार्ताहरू, अनि अब समाचारमा पनि होइन, अनि त्यो विषयवस्तुहरू चाहिँ हामीले स्थानीय तहमा बसेर उठान गरिरहेका छौँ। जनताका आवाज सांसदसम्म र सांसदको आवाज जनतासम्म पुर्याउनका लागि चाहिँ सामुदायिक रेडियोहरूले महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका खेलेका छन्। त्यस्तै गरी जनताका गुनासोहरू सरोकारवालासम्म पुर्याउन र सरोकारवालाहरूलाई चाहिँ जवाफदेही र जिम्मेवार बनाउनका लागि पनि स्थानीय सामुदायिक रेडियोहरूले काम गरिरहेका छन्। त्यस्तै गरी प्रदेश सरकारको बजेट भयो होइन, विकास भयो, योजना भयो, आदिवासी जनजाति, त्यस्तै गरी महिला हिंसा न्यूनीकरण, महिला सशक्तिकरणका विषयहरू पनि प्रदेशसम्म पुर्याउन पनि एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका चाहिँ स्थानीय सञ्चार माध्यमले चाहिँ खेलिरहेका छन्।
धेरै धन्यवाद छ। सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालयका प्रवक्ता एकराम गिरी। दुईवटा कुरा अघि हामीसँग वरिष्ठ पत्रकार नेपालले पनि भन्नुभयो कि पछिल्लो पटक संसदको बाहिरपट्टिको दृश्य हेर्ने हो भने कतै यो एउटा छिटो छरितोको नाममा हतारले विभिन्न कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटरहरूको भिडभाड लाग्दै गर्दाखेरि मेन स्ट्रिम मिडियाको ध्यान कतै विमुख हुने हो कि भन्ने जस्तो पनि कतिपय ठाउँमा हामी चिन्ताहरू देख्छौँ। पहिले मलाई याद छ कि संसदको त्यो रिपोर्टिङको लागि कार्डै लिन कति दुःख गर्नु पर्थ्यो, कति धेरै योग्यता पुरा गर्नु पर्थ्यो, र त्यतिखेर एउटा कोठाभित्र बसेर यसरी हेर्नु पर्थ्यो। अहिले त्यो खालको भिडभाड हुँदाखेरि यसलाई व्यवस्थापनको लागि तपाईँहरू के सोच्दै हुनुहुन्छ? केही छ कि छैन
यस्तो,
अथवा यो ठिक हो भन्ने पनि लागेको हुनसक्छ सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालयलाई?
पहिलो कुरा त लोकतान्त्रिक प्रणालीमा सञ्चार माध्यमहरूको विकास जरुरी छ। त्यो विकास भनेको सङ्ख्यामा अभिवृद्धि पनि हो। मिडिया, खास गरी मास मिडियाको सन्दर्भमा त अहिले पछिल्लो चरणमा पहिला जति हुनुहुन्थ्यो त्यति नै स्थिर भएको जस्तो देखिन्छ भने सोसल मिडियाप्रति आम नागरिकको बढी चासो र सोसल मिडियाका कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटरहरूले त्यसलाई संसद र नागरिक बिचको पुलको कामको रूपमा डेलिभरी दिन खोजेको जस्तो मैले कन्फर्म चाहिँ भनेको छैन, जस्तो भनेको छु, किनभने त्यो सम्बन्धी हामीले अहिले गाइडलाइन बनाउने क्रममा छौँ। त्यसकारण गरेको जस्तो देखिएको त्यो सम्बन्धी हामी अहिले अध्ययनकै क्रममा छौँ। तर सोसियल मिडिया पनि मिडिया नै हो भनेर पहिचान गर्नुपर्ने अहिलेको अवस्था चाहिँ खास गरी सूचना प्रविधिको कारणले चाहिँ त्यो अवस्था सिर्जना हुन पुगेको तथ्यलाई चाहिँ सचिवालयले केही हदसम्म स्वीकार गर्दछ, पहिलो कुरा। दोस्रो कुरा, मिडियालाई चौथो अङ्गको रूपमा 1787 एडमन्ड ब्रुकले बेलायतको पार्लियामेन्टमा भन्नुभयो र चौथो स्टेट भनियो मिडियालाई। र पछिल्लो चरणमा सूचना प्रविधिको विकास भइसके पछाडि सोसल मिडियालाई पाँचौँ स्टेट भन्ने कि नभन्ने भन्ने पक्षमा पनि अहिले बहस हुन थालेको छ। पाँचौँ स्टेट अथवा पाँचौँ अङ्ग मान्ने अवस्थामा हामी छौँ छैनौँ भनेर अहिले विश्लेषणकै चरणमा छ। तर संसदको बाहिरपट्टि जुन सोसल मिडियाहरूको उपस्थिति छ त्यसलाई हामीले अहिले इन्करेज पनि गरेका छैनौँ, डिस्करेज पनि गरेका छैनौँ। तर त्यसका केही ड्रब्याक्सहरू छन्, त्यसलाई कसरी न्यूनीकरण गरेर त्यसको सदुपयोग गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने पक्षमा हामी अध्ययनरत छौँ। यसको मतलब अहिलेको मास मिडियालाई हामीले प्रतिस्थापन गर्न, विस्थापन गर्न खोजेका चाहिँ होइनौँ। मास मिडियाको भूमिका आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ। सोसियल मिडियाको धेरै ड्रब्याक्सहरूमध्ये अथवा नकारात्मक प्रभावहरूमध्ये आफूलाई हाइलाइट गर्नका लागि अथवा सांसदहरूले बोलेका अथवा त्यहाँ भएका क्रियाकलापहरूलाई आफ्नो अनुकूल काँटछाँट गरेर त्यसलाई सत्य तथ्य भन्दा पनि त्यसलाई भ्युज बढाउने नाममा जुन गरिने एक खालको प्रोपोगन्डा अथवा एक खालको ट्विस्ट छ, त्यो ट्विस्टलाई चाहिँ निराकरण गर्न जरुरी छ भन्ने हाम्रो बुझाइ चाहिँ छ।
यो छलफललाई करिब करिब मध्यभन्दा उत्तरार्धतर्फ लैजान खोज्दैछु। यहाँहरूसँग केही जिज्ञासा विचार आयो कि यो कुरा सोधिहालौँ? नेपालको सङ्घीय संसदको अहिलेको सञ्चालनको अभ्यासबाट यसमा खुलापनको जुन अभ्यास भइराखेको छ, तपाईँहरूको केही छ भने इफ यु हेभ एनी क्वेरिज एन्ड क्वेसन अबाउट नेपाली पार्लियामेन्ट, इफ यस प्लिज रेज योर ह्यान्ड, विल चेक। यता पछाडि एउटा माइक दिन म अनुरोध गर्दछु। माइक छ, पुग्छ? हजुर, एकैछिन, नभए यसैलाई लान पनि सकिन्छ। छोटकरीमा आफ्नो परिचय सहित प्रश्न।
Thank you so much everyone for एकदम insightful discussion. म अरुणा जोशी, म युनेस्कोबाट। सरले भर्खर भन्नुभएको गाइडलाइनको बारेमा चाहिँ थोरै जानकारी, कस्तो खालको गाइडलाइन भन्नुभएको, सोसियल मिडिया गाइडलाइन भन्नुभएको कि कस्तो गाइडलाइन चाहिँ भन्नुभएको भन्ने थोरै जानकारी थियो। त्यो बारेमा चाहिँ अलिकति भन्नुभयो हुन्थ्यो भनेर, किनकि हामीले एज युनेस्को वी बिलिभ द्याट अहिले इन्फर्मेसन ल्यान्डस्केपमा देयर आर डिफ्रेन्ट काइन्ड अफ एक्टर्स होइन। मिडिया भयो, कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटर्स भन्नुभयो, सोसियल मिडिया प्लेटफर्म्सहरूको भयो होइन, युट्युबबाट भयो। सो कसरी चाहिँ कस्तो खालको गाइडलाइन बनाउन खोजिराख्नु भएको, कस्तो हो? हामीले पनि कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटरको चाहिँ सर्वे गरेको छौँ, ल्यान्डस्केप सर्वे, भेरी इन्साइटफुल कुराहरू पनि आएको छ त्यसमा। सो त्यो भएर चाहिँ थोरै जान्न मन लागेको।
अब धन्यवाद, प्रश्नको लागि धन्यवाद। मैले सिधै प्रश्न यता लिल सरलाई मौकै नदिकन आफैले बोल्न थालेँ। कस्तो भन्दाखेरि जस्तो मिडियाहरूको चाहिँ काउन्सिल छ होइन, अब सरकारले पनि कानुनी रूपमा नियमन गरेकै छ, सूचना विभाग छ, विभिन्न छ। सोसियल मिडियाको के छ त? केही पनि छैन, गाइडलाइन त कहीँ पनि छैन। हामी आयौँ भनेको मतलब हाम्रो मोबाइलहरूमा विभिन्न एप्लिकेसनहरू आए, त्यसलाई हामीले चाहिँ मोनिटाइज गर्ने नाममा अथवा विभिन्न नाममा कन्टेन्ट क्रिएट गर्न थाल्यौँ। कन्टेन्ट क्रिएट गरेर त्यो कन्टेन्ट कति एप्रुभ गर्न पनि कसैले पर्दैन। नेपालमा त्यस्तो अहिले कुनै त्यस्तो निकाय पनि छैन जसले त्यसलाई एप्रुभ गरोस्। अब सामान्य जनरल लहरू छन् जसले चाहिँ कसैको नेम फेम अथवा अन्य कुनैमा असर गर्यो भने कोर्टमा जाने कुरा होइन भने कस्तो कन्टेन्टसम्म चाहिँ गर्नुपर्ने हो, जानु पाउनुपर्ने हो, कस्तो कन्टेन्ट जानु नपर्ने हो भन्ने नियमन गर्ने संस्था त छैन। त्यस कारणले गर्दाखेरि वास्तवमा यो हामीले नेपाल सरकारलाई चाहिँ अनुरोध गरिरहेको अवस्था के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो सबभन्दा एउटा नियमन गर्ने कानुन चाहिन्छ भनेर हो। अब अर्को कुरा, बाइ द वे भएन, कानुन अन्त ढिलो हुन्छ, त्यस्तो अवस्थामा हामी कसरी व्यवस्थापन गर्ने? अब जस्तो विभिन्न अब सेरोफेरो.com भन्नुहोस् अथवा कुनै युट्युब च्यानलहरू होला जसले राम्रो कभर गरिरहेको छ, ठिक छ, त्यसलाई किन प्रमोट नगर्ने? त्यस्तोलाई आम नागरिकहरू अहिले मल्टिमिडियामा अभ्यस्त छन्, खास गरी भिडियो दृश्य सामग्रीहरूमा अझ बढी अभ्यस्त छन्। उनीहरू हेर्न चाहन्छन्, त्यसमा उहाँहरूको बडी ल्याङ्ग्वेज हेर्न चाहलान्। त्यो पक्ष समेतमा सचिवालय संवेदनशील छ। आवाज मात्रै र अक्षर मात्रै होइन, हामी अनि त्यही त हामी आउँदैछौँ। म खासमा त मैले भनि नै हालेँ, नेपाल सरकारसँगै छैन अहिले त्यो सम्बन्धी सोसियल मिडियालाई नियमन गर्ने गाइडलाइन। तर सचिवालयले अहिले पत्रकारहरूका लागि नै एउटा सञ्चारकर्मीका लागि नै एउटा नयाँ निर्देशिका जस्तो बनाएको छ। यदि त्यो एप्रुभ भएको छैन त्यसको संयोजक मै नै थिएँ। अहिले हामीले त्यसको पास वितरणदेखि लिएर सिट व्यवस्थापनदेखि लिएर सबै कुरा त्यसैमा आधारित भएर एउटा संसदको मात्रै डेडिकेटेड रूपमा गर्न चाहने कोही सोसियल मिडिया छन्, तिनीहरूले चाहिँ डेडिकेटेड रूपमा गर्छन्, उनीहरूको राम्रो प्लेटफर्म छ, उनीहरू रजिस्टर्ड छन्, उनीहरू वैधानिक रूपमा नेपाल सरकारलाई आएको कुराहरूको कर तिर्छन् लगायतका विभिन्न पक्षहरूलाई हेरेर चाहिँ हामी अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ भनेर विचार गरिएको हो पहिलो कुरा। दोस्रो कुरा, अघि नै मैले भनेको गाइडलाइन चाहिँ दुई खालको गाइडलाइन छन्। एउटा अर्को चाहिँ खुला संसदको बारेमा विभिन्न सूचकाङ्क छन्, ती सूचकाङ्क गाइडलाइन भनेको हो मैले। ती गाइडलाइनहरू भनेको चाहिँ अब एउटा गाइडलाइनको त खास गरी एसियाली संसदहरूको खुलापनको सूचकाङ्कको त अगस्तको अन्तिमसम्ममा रिपोर्ट आउँछ, त्यसमा नेपाल कुन स्थानमा पर्छ त्यो हेर्न बाँकी नै छ। जस्तो अर्को पनि छ खुला बजेट गाइडलाइन के इन्डेक्स पनि छ, एउटा ओपन बजेट इन्डेक्स पनि छ, त्यसमा नेपाल 2017मा चाहिँ 52 ऱ्याङ्किङमा परेको थियो। यसको मतलब भारत 47मा थियो। त्यो गाइडलाइनहरू भनेको हामीले त्यसरी पनि डेभलप गरिरहेका हुन्छौँ, उताका हेरेर पनि गरिरहेका हुन्छौँ। मैले दुई खालको गाइडलाइन समानान्तर रूपमा भनेको। अगाडि चाहिँ खास गरी पारदर्शिता, नागरिक सहभागिता र सार्वजनिक उत्तरदायित्वको विषयमा खुला संसदको सन्दर्भमा गाइडलाइनको कुरा गरेको। पछिल्लो चरणमा लिलजीको प्रश्नमा जुन बाहिर सोसियल मिडिया बसेका सन्दर्भमा चाहिँ हामी आफ्नै लोकल्ली गाइडलाइन गर्दैछौँ, त्यो बारेमा हामी संवेदनशील छौँ भनेर भन्न खोजेको।
धन्यवाद। नजिकै अर्को कसैले पनि उठाउनु भएको थियो, कृपया माइक एउटा दिनुहुन म अनुरोध गर्दछु। छोटकरीमा तपाईँको परिचय र प्रश्न छोटो बनिदिनु म अनुरोध गर्दछु।
नमस्ते, थ्याङ्क यू। मेरो नाम मोहम्मद आरिफ अन्सारी हो। म चाहिँ आखुराबको बोर्ड मेम्बर र नेपालगञ्जबाट सामुदायिक रेडियो प्रसारक सङ्घको सदस्य, भेरी एफएमको स्टेसन प्रमुख। सरले अघि जुन भन्नुभयो कुनै सामाजिक सञ्जाललाई पनि मिडियाको रूपमा मान्नुपर्छ र मानिने भरसक भइसकेको छ कागजमा।
यसलाई पाँचौँ अङ्ग मान्ने कि नमान्ने भनेर त्यो खालको बहस भइराखेको विषय हुनुभएको थियो।
साथसाथै हजुरले एउटा कुरा के भन्नुभयो भने मिडियाको क्वान्टिटी चाहिँ बढिरहेको देखिरहेको छैन। बढिरहेको देखिए छैन भन्दा हाम्रो तर्फबाट के त्यसको लागि पहल भइरहेको छ र क्वालिटी, त्यसको क्वालिटीको लागि अघि जुन मास मिडियाको कुरा आएछ, मास मिडियालाई अब क्वालिटीतिर लैजा, आम पब्लिकमा मास मिडिया यो, सामाजिक सञ्जाल यो भनेर त्यसको लागि हामीले आम नागरिकलाई जानकारी दिनको लागि के पहल गरेका छौँ र मास मिडियालाई अगाडि ल्याउनलाई हाम्रो पहल के रहेछ? धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद। अरू कसैको छ? एउटा प्रश्नसम्म लिन्छौँ, होइन भने यसलाई यता छोटकरीमा राख्न म अनुरोध गर्दछु।
धन्यवाद। सबैजनामा नमस्कार। म राम भरोसी महतो, अकोराबको बोर्ड मेम्बर र समग्र एफएमको स्टेसन म्यानेजर। मेरो अहिले एकराज सरलाई चाहिँ जिज्ञासा, यो खुलापनको अभ्यासले गर्दाखेरि यो पारदर्शितालाई कायम गर्नको लागि अहिले भएको कुराहरू मध्येबाट पनि यो सञ्चार माध्यम र पत्रकारहरूले नै कस्तो किसिमको भूमिका खेलिदिनुपर्छ भन्ने जस्तो लाग्छ, वा यो अभ्यास गरिराख्दाखेरि कतै आफैलाई पनि अप्ठ्यारो भइरहेको छ कि त्यो अप्ठ्याराहरू के छन् र मिडियाले के चाहिँ भूमिका खेलिदिनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ?
धेरै धन्यवाद। सायद अरू प्रश्न? ओके, प्लिज।
Hello, namaste. I'm Fairuz from RTM, Radio Television Malaysia. I just want to know one question. How does this parliament ensure transparency while dealing with maybe with sensitive issue, since the parliament meeting is published live? Thank you.
थ्याङ्क यू। धेरै धन्यवाद विचारको लागि। सायद अब प्रश्न सायद रहेन। अब करिब करिब हामी यो छलफललाई टुङ्ग्याउन लान खोज्दैछौँ। त्योभन्दा अगाडि प्रवक्ता गिरिज्यू,
हस्, धन्यवाद।
एउटा प्रश्न चाहिँ मलाई महत्त्वपूर्ण लाग्यो। हामी जहिले पत्रकार प्रश्न सोध्ने, यो भएन त्यो भएन भन्ने कुराहरू पनि भइराख्ने, तर सङ्घीय संसदलाई सम्बोधन गर्ने पर्ने मात्रै जिम्मेवारी हो कि भन्ने भान सायद त्यस्तो हुन्छ होला। तर राम भरोसेजीले चाहिँ मिडियाले पनि केही गर्नुपर्छ कि त भनेर राम्रो प्रश्न सोध्नु भएको छ। सायद यही राम्रो प्रश्नको जवाबबाट सुरु गर्नु पर्ला।
हस्, धन्यवाद। म यहाँकै प्रश्नबाट आउँछु। ठिक छ, खास गरी मिडियाले के गर्नुपर्छ? मिडियाले सत्य तथ्य सूचना प्रवाह गरिदिए पुग्छ, सिधा उत्तर चाहिँ यति हो। तर यहाँहरू सबै सञ्चारकर्मी साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ, यहाँ मिडियाकै आफ्नो एङ्गल हुन्छ कि हुँदैन? हुन्छ भने सत्य तथ्य समाचार जान्छ कि जाँदैन? प्रश्न यहाँनिर छ संसद सचिवालयको सन्दर्भमा चाहिँ। सरकारी सञ्चार माध्यमहरूमा कुनै प्रश्न छैन, किनभने उहाँहरूले जे छ त्यही नै देखाउनुहुन्छ। अरू सञ्चार माध्यमले पनि जे छ देखाउनु त त्यही नै हो, तर अडियो भिडियोमा जाँदा त खासै एडिट पनि गर्न सकिन्न, जे छ त्यही नै जान्छ। तर ब्रोडसिटहरूमा जाँदाखेरि त्यहाँनिर विवेचनात्मक रूपमा जाँदाखेरि कुनै विषयवस्तुलाई लिएर विश्लेषण गर्नु फरक कुरा, तर समाचार लेख्ने क्रममा पनि एउटै समाचार कति प्रकारको पढ्छौँ हामीहरू हो, तर त्यहाँभित्र भएको समाचार त एउटा मात्रै हुन्छ नि, घटना त एउटा मात्रै हुन्छ नि, वक्तव्य त एउटा मात्रै हुन्छ नि। तर हो, विचार विश्लेषण दृष्टिकोण हेर्ने तरिका फरक पर्न सक्छ। तर समाचार र विश्लेषण फरक हो भनेर पत्रकार साथीहरूले बुझेर विचार स्तम्भमा लगेर आफ्नो विचार राखिदिने, तर समाचारका हेडलाइनहरू नै क्याची खालको बनाउनु भन्दा जे छ सत्य तथ्य राखिदिनु भयो भने नागरिकसँग सहज रूपमा पुग्न पनि सकिन्छ र संसदको खुलापनको अवधारणा त्यसले बोक्छ पनि। जब ट्विस्ट गर्न खोजिन्छ या गरिन्छ, यसका आफ्नै बाध्यताहरू होलान्, म त्यो बाध्यताहरूतिर जान्न, तर जब गर्न खोजिन्छ, अब अहिलेको समय प्रतिस्पर्धात्मक पनि छ, नगरी पनि अब रिडरहरू नआउलान्, अब श्रोताहरूले नसुन्देलान्, त्यो आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ। तर त्यहाँभित्रको कन्टेन्ट टाइटल एउटा र कन्टेन्टभित्र गरिदिनु पनि भएन। अर्को अनुरोध त्यहाँहरूसँग यो छ, यसरी सञ्चारकर्मी साथीहरूले संसद र नागरिक बीच जे छ सिधा सरल स्पष्ट।
अर्को प्रश्न चाहिँ यो जुन सञ्चार माध्यमलाई अझ बलियो बनाउनको लागि पनि सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालय पनि केही सोच्दैछ।
म आउँदैछु, त्यसकारण जे हो त्यही नै गरिदिनु भए हुन्छ। त्यति भए हाम्रो उद्धार हुन्छ, हाम्रो मात्रै उद्धार होइन, संसदकै उद्धार हुन्छ, नागरिककै उद्धार हुन्छ। सचिवालयले के गर्दैछ भन्ने सन्दर्भमा चाहिँ अब एफएम रेडियोहरूको सञ्जालको सङ्ख्या काउन्ट गर्ने हो, सञ्जाल त एउटा हो, सङ्ख्या काउन्ट गर्ने पनि बढी नै छ,
सामुदायिक रेडियो मात्रै 385
छन्। अब यी सबैलाई सचिवालयको स्रोत र साधनको अवस्था यहाँहरूलाई अवगतै छ। वित्तीय पारदर्शितामा पनि खुलापनमा वित्तीय पारदर्शिता पनि एउटा तत्त्व चाहिँ हो, त्यो तत्त्वमा पनि हामी खुलै छौँ। यहाँहरूलाई हामीले नयाँ प्रवेश गर्नेहरू, संसदको रिपोर्टिङ गर्न प्रवेश गर्नेहरूलाई हामीले हरेक वर्ष 2 दिनको भनेको मतलब त्यो साथीले जो आउनुहुन्छ उहाँले त एकै दिन पाउनुहुन्छ, अभिमुखीकरण कार्यक्रम भनेर गरेका छौँ। नम्बर 1। नम्बर 2, यहाँहरूसँग हामी सहजै सम्पर्कमा छौँ। यहाँहरू कति साथीहरूले मलाई फोन गर्नुहुन्छ प्रवक्ताको रूपमा, बाइ द वे मेरो उठेन भने सहायक प्रवक्ता सूचना अधिकारी, यहाँहरूले एउटा सर्वे पनि गरिदिन अनुरोध गर्छु म। अन्य निकाय, कार्यपालिकीय निकाय अथवा न्यायपालिकीय निकाय, न्यायपालिका भन्नाले अब सर्वोच्च उच्च जिल्लासम्म, यता कार्यपालिका भन्नाले मन्त्रालय विभागसम्म गएर कुन चाहिँ प्रवक्ताको फोन धेरै उठ्दो रहेछ, कुन चाहिँले धेरै रेस्पोन्ड गर्दो रहेछ भनेर पनि एउटा सर्वे गरिदिनुहोस् पत्रकारले। त्यो हामीले त्यो पनि गरिरहेछौँ, किनभने सबैमा हाम्रो एक्सेस छैन, सबैलाई तालिम दिन सकेका छैन। अर्को महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा चाहिँ हाम्रो मनोजजीसँग जोडिन्छ। उहाँहरू संसदीय मामिला पत्रकार समाज भनेर बस्नु भएको छ। संसदको सूचनाहरू उहाँहरू त्यो समाज भनेरै त्यहाँ नै काम गरिरहनु भएको छ, हामीसँग नजिकसँग काम गरिरहनु भएको छ, सहकार्य भइरहेछ भने जो पत्रकार साथीहरूलाई के गर्न जरुरी छ भन्ने कुरामा हामी र संसदीय मामिला पत्रकार समाज सहकार्य गर्न तयार छौँ। अर्को प्रश्नमा जान्छु म। अब
यो विदेशबाट उहाँले साथीले चाहिँ खासमा सेन्सिटिभ,
त्यसमा एकछिनमा आउँछु, पहिले यता अर्को साथीकोमा जान्छु। सोसियल मिडिया यता सङ्ख्या बढेन भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो, अनि अर्को चाहिँ सोसियल मिडियाको के चाहिँ भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो, उहाँले बढेन। अब अहिले आएर प्रतिस्पर्धात्मक समय छ, मेरो विचार हो यो, नेपालमा व्यवसाय गर्न पाइन्छ, हेर्नु कम्पनी दर्ता गर्न पाइन्छ, अझै पनि जान सकिन्छ, तर तुलनात्मक रूपमा ब्रोसिटहरू हामी बढेको देख्दैनौँ। दैनिक जति छन्, साप्ताहिक जति छन् अथवा मासिक जति छन्, तिनीहरू सङ्ख्यात्मक रूपमा हेरौँ त्यति बढेका छैनन्। तर अनलाइन हेरौँ न, अनलाइन माध्यमहरू त एकदम बारम्बार बढिरहेका छन् नि त। त्यसकारण चाहिँ ब्रोडसिटहरू यिनीहरूको सङ्ख्या कालान्तरमा हाम्रो अनुमान हो, त्यो नहुन पनि सक्छ, त्यसको आफ्नो इतिहास छ, ऐतिहासिकता छ, त्यसको महत्त्व छ, त्यसले लोकतन्त्रलाई पुर्याएको योगदान त अर्को ठाउँमा छ होइन, त्यसका पाठकहरूको क्वालिटी अर्को ठाउँमा छ। पाठकहरूको पनि क्वालिटी हुँदो रहेछ हामीले हेर्दा त। त्यो डेली दैनिक पढ्ने र सोसियल मिडिया जाने बिचको त्यो हामी अलिअलि आन्तरिक अध्ययनमा त छौँ, तर हामी अहिले नै रिपोर्ट त आउनै सक्ने अवस्था छैन। त्यसकारण फेरि यो विकास भनेर रोकिने कुरा पनि होइन। हिजोका समयमा के थिए, आज रेडियो ब्रोडसिट दैनिक यो बिस्तारै कन्भर्जन अथवा बिस्तारै ट्रान्सफर्मेसन त हुन जरुरी छ नि त हो। त्यो सन्दर्भलाई लिएर अहिले मात्रै होइन, हरेक समयमा सम्बोधन गर्नुपर्ने दायित्व संसदसँग छ संसदले त्यो गर्छ भन्न चाहे। अब उहाँले चाहिँ संवेदनशील सूचनाहरू सिक्रेट इन्फर्मेसनहरूको सन्दर्भमा प्रश्न राख्नु भएको थियो। हाम्रो संसदको नियमावलीमा खास गरी हाउस रुलमा, रुल अफ प्रोसिजरमा के लेखेको छ भन्दाखेरि गोप्य बैठक पनि बस्न सक्छ। त्यस्तो बैठकमा सभामुखले स्वीकृति दिएको व्यक्तिबाहेक अरू बस्न पाउँदैन भन्ने छ। त्यस्तोमा सूचना बाहिर जाँदैन। सचिवालयले अब सभामुखले तोकेको सचिवालयको व्यक्ति सांसदहरू बाहेक जाँदैनन्। अर्को कुरो, सूचनाको हक सम्बन्धी ऐन छ नेपालमा, राइट टु इन्फर्मेसन एक्ट छ। त्यो एक्टले चाहिँ गोप्य सूचना कुनै छ भने निश्चित समयका लागि रोक्न पाउने गरेर क्लासिफिकेसन गरेर त्यसलाई राख्न सक्छ र त्यो अथोरिटीले त्यसलाई गोप्य सूचनाको रूपमा वर्गीकरण गरेर राख्ने अवस्था छ। तर सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालय संसदले अहिलेसम्म कुनै पनि सूचना गोप्य भनेर राखेको अवस्था छैन। यसको मतलब हामी खुला छौँ। अर्को कुरा, सङ्घीय संसदको प्रतिनिधि सभा होस् अथवा राष्ट्रिय सभाको होस्, अहिलेसम्म पछिल्लो चरणमा गोप्य बैठक बसेकै छैन। त्यस कारण त्यो समस्या आएकै छैन। कतिपय सन्दर्भमा म्याच्योर नभइसकेको सूचना बाहिर चाहिँ जान्छ। हाम्रो अनुरोध पत्रकार साथीलाई फेरि यति आएँ, म्याच्योर नभएको सूचना पनि ननिकालिदिनु भए हामी चाहिँ आभारी हुन्थ्यौँ, जनता पनि आभारी हुन्थे भन्ने नै हो।
हस्, धेरै धन्यवाद छ। सामुदायिक रेडियो प्रसारक सङ्घको नेपालले यो लगभग झन्डै 10 वर्ष बितेको छ। संसद र सांसदलाई जनतासँग र जनतालाई सांसद र संसदप्रति उत्तरदायी बनाउने उद्देश्यले हेलो सांसद कार्यक्रम हामीले साप्ताहिक रूपमा सञ्चालन गर्दै आइराखेका छौँ। पछिल्लो समयमा पिएसपी सङ्घको सहकार्यमा हाम्रो कार्यक्रमको मोडालिटी अलिकति फरक गरेका छौँ। त्यो कस्तो भने, कुनै बिल संसदमा आउँछ भने त्यो बिलको बारेमा हामी रिभ्यू गर्छौँ, चरणमा त्यो छलफल हुन्छ र त्यो बैठकमा हुने छलफलको निष्कर्ष हामी संसद सचिवालय र संसदीय समितिमा पठाउने गरेका छौँ। पछिल्लो चरणमा 3वटा यो विधेयकको बारेमा हामीले छलफल चलाएर सम्बन्धित संसदीय समितिमा प्रतिवेदन पनि बुझाएका छौँ। म यो कुरा यहाँहरू सबैलाई जानकारी गराउँदछु। हामीसँग पत्रकार नेपाल हुनुहुन्छ, करिब अन्तमा आएका छौँ। त्यसो भए संसदमा खुलापन ल्याउनको लागि अघि तपाईँले पनि भन्नुभएको थियो, सङ्घीय संसद र पत्रकार सञ्चार माध्यम मात्रै होइन कि अरू पक्षले पनि आफ्नो भूमिका सही तरिकाले निभाउन सक्नुपर्छ भन्नुभयो। कति निभाएको छ, कति बाँकी छ? यसलाई जस्तो खुलापनको अभ्यासको लागि पढाउनै पर्ने, पाठ्यक्रममा लेख्नै पर्ने हो कि अथवा यो आफै बुझ्दै आउनु पर्ने हो? के लाग्छ यहाँको छोटकरीमा राख्नुभयो?
सबभन्दा पहिला त पार्लियामेन्टले जुन ओपननेस दिएको छ त्यसलाई लिएर जाने भेहिकल चाहिँ मिडिया हो। अहिले सोसल मिडिया सशक्त रूप पाइरहेछ र जनता सबभन्दा माथि हो। एउटा लिट्रेसीको लेभल हुनु पर्यो। जस्तो हामी पनि सबै चिज हेर्छौँ, सोसल मिडियाले कुनै कन्टेन्ट दियो भने त्यो रियल छ कि छैन, फ्याक्ट छ कि छैन, त्यो चाहिँ समाजको हितमा छ कि छैन भन्ने पिपुलले पनि चुज गर्नु पर्यो। यसले मिसइन्फर्मेसन दिइरहेछ। हाम्रो काम चाहिँ पार्लियामेन्टलाई बलियो बनाउने हो। पार्लियामेन्ट भनेको जनताको एउटा सार्वभौम सर्वोच्च निकाय हो। त्यो बलियो भयो भने हाम्रो इमेज बाहिर राम्रो जाने हो। त्यस कारणले अहिले जुन पपुलिस्ट या तपाईँको भ्युज भाइरल बनाउने जुन कन्टेन्ट चलिरहेछ, एउटा सानो पिस काटेर लगाउने, त्यसलाई अलिकति समाजको हितको पक्षमा लिएर जानलाई हामीले त्यो नयाँ भएको हुनाले अलिकति डिबेट अझै बढाउनु पर्ने आवश्यकता म देख्छु।
त्यो साक्षरता कसलाई?
त्यो पिपुललाई पनि, जसले हेर्छ, जसले जनताले हेरिदिएर नै उसले त्यो कन्टेन्ट हालिरहेछ। तपाईँले आज लाइट इस्यु हाल्नुभयो भने सबभन्दा बढी पिपुल त्यहीँ जान्छ।
तपाईँले भयङ्कर मेहनत गरेर कुनै सामग्री बनाउनु भयो भने त्यसमा धेरै भ्युज अथवा त्यो धेरै नदेखिने, तर सामान्य झै झगडा गाली गलौजका विषयवस्तु हेर्दाखेरि त्यो खालको स्थितिमा त्यसले खुलापनको एउटा मापदण्ड अथवा त्यसले निर्धारण गर्छ।
हामीले पिपुललाई पनि बुझाउनु पर्यो, उसलाई लिटरेट गर्नु पर्यो कि सिरियस इस्युहरूमा तपाईँ जानुहोस्। भेरिफिकेसन गर्नलाई चाहिँ सत्य, तथ्य, विश्वसनीय भूमिका जसले निर्वाह गरिरहेको छ त्यो मिडियाहरूलाई क्रस चेक गरिरहेको हुन्छ। मलाई प्रोफेसर कृष्ण खनालले जहिले पनि भन्नुहुन्छ, म सबै मिडिया हेर्छु तर के यसले भन्न खोजेको भन्ने अर्थ चाहिँ म आफै लाउँछु। अब त्यो लेभलमा हामीले पिपुललाई पनि सेन्सिटाइज गर्नुपर्छ। म सरलाई के आग्रह गर्छु भने अब लङ टर्म र सर्ट टर्म संसदले पनि प्रोग्राम बनाउनु पर्यो, जनतालाई पनि अलिकति सुशिक्षित गर्नु पर्यो, अनि मिडियालाई पनि त्यो सँगसँगै लिएर जानु पर्यो। सोसल मिडियाले जसरी अहिले लिएर गइरहेछ त्यो किन गइरहेछ भन्दा उनीहरूले भ्युज बढायो भने उसलाई पैसा आउँछ, मोनिटाइज हुन्छ। उनीहरूलाई कन्टेन्ट क्रिएटरहरू चाहिँ एकदम ठुलो सिप छ, त्यसलाई स्टेटले राम्रो काम दिनु पर्यो। जस्तो पर्यटनमा होला, शिक्षामा होला, अरू कन्टेन्ट बनाउन हामीले दियौँ भने मान्छे त त्यहाँ जान सक्छ नि। सो स्टेटले एउटा पोलिसी गर्नु पर्यो। म यहीँ जोड्दैछु, अघि सोसल मिडिया कुरा आइरहेको थियो। प्रेस काउन्सिलले पनि अस्ति एउटा डिबेटमा बोलाइरहेको थियो कि सोसल मिडियामा आएको कन्टेन्टहरू उसले कलेक्ट गरिरहेको छ। अब यो कस्तो पोलिसी लिने भन्दाखेरि कस्तो गाह्रो छ भने दर्ता भएको मिडिया भयो भने प्रेस काउन्सिलको क्षेत्राधिकारभित्र भयो, दर्ता नभएको इन्डिभिजुअल एकाउन्ट भयो भने त्यो चाहिँ साइबर अन्तर्गत जाने भयो। तपाईँलाई त्यति अधिकार छ जहाँसम्म अर्काको अधिकार तपाईँले इन्क्रोच गर्नुहुन्न। सोसियल मिडियाको मान्छेले बुझ्नु पऱ्यो कि उहाँलाई त्यो राइट छ, तर अर्काको अधिकार इन्क्रोच गर्ने, उसको मानहानि गर्ने काम चाहिँ गर्नुहुन्न भनेर हामीले लार्जर रूपमा पिपुललाई बुझाउनु छ। र संसदले पनि त्यो चिजहरूमा अलिकति बढी किनभने त्यो त अभिभावक हो नि त संसद, उसले त्यो रोल गर्नुपर्छ। त्यसमा चाहिँ मिडिया कम्युनिटी सहयोग गर्न तयार छ, गरि पनि रहेछ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई।
धेरै धन्यवाद। दिपजीको केही छ अघि प्रवक्ताज्यूले हामीले सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालयले मलाई लाग्छ काठमाडौँमा अलि बढी सक्रिय भएका पत्रकारहरूको लागि त्यो कार्यशालाहरू सायद हुन्छ। जिल्ला स्तरमा भएका सञ्चारकर्मी अथवा पत्रकारहरूकै अनुभूति हुन्छ कि त्यो हुन त प्रदेश सभाहरू पनि छन्, प्रदेश सभाहरूले गर्दा हामीलाई सङ्घीयले नहेरे पनि हुन्छ भन्ने हो कि अथवा त्यो छान्दाखेरि अलिकति प्रदेश स्तरमा पनि त्यसरी छान्न पाए सजिलो हुन्थ्यो, लाभान्वित हुन सकिन्थ्यो भन्ने लाग्छ।
धन्यवाद निलजी, एकदम राम्रो प्रश्न गर्नुभयो यहाँले होइन। विशेष गरी अहिले चाहिँ यो सामुदायिक रेडियोहरू छन् होइन, सामुदायिक रेडियो कर्मी जुन गाउँमा बसेर होइन काम गरिराख्नु भएको छ। सबैको पहुँचमा चाहिँ अहिले यो हामीले धेरै सोसल मिडियाका कुराहरू पनि गरिरहेका छौँ। यहाँले पनि त्यो विषय उठान गर्नुभयो होइन। बजारमा बसेर काम गर्ने पत्रकारहरूका लागि चाहिँ अथवा हामीले चाहिँ हजुर समाचार सम्प्रेषण गर्ने जनताका लागि मात्रै हामी बढी फोकस भइरहेका छौँ कि होइन। हाम्रा सामुदायिक रेडियोहरू र सामुदायिक रेडियो कर्मीहरूले चाहिँ जुन स्थानीय भाषा शैली होइन, त्यहाँको परम्परा, त्यहाँको रहन सहन, त्यहाँको भाषभूषा होइन लगायतलाई परिवर्तन र संरक्षण गर्दै आउनु भएको छ। उहाँहरूको खासै सम्बोधन चाहिँ भएन कि सोसल मिडियाको धेरै कुरा भयो र सोसल मिडियाबाट चाहिँ मिसइन्फर्मेसन र डिसइन्फर्मेसन धेरै आउँछ भन्ने कुरा पनि भयो होइन। अब जस्तो हामी पत्रकारहरू काम गरिराख्दाखेरि हामी नै कुन रङ हो, कुन राइट समाचार हो भनेर झुक्किने अवस्था छ कि
पत्रकार
स्वयं पनि होइन। त्यो के कारणले भएको छ भन्दाखेरि मिडिया लिट्रेसीको चाहिँ एकदमै कम छ कि, मिडिया लिट्रेसी छैन नै भन्दा पनि हुन्छ होइन। भए पनि यहाँ निलजीले भनेको जस्तो एकदमै यो सहर केन्द्रित छ होइन। गाउँमा बसेर पत्रकारिता गरिरहने पत्रकारका लागि र त्यहाँका जनताका लागि अथवा श्रोताका लागि अथवा दर्शकका लागि भनेर चाहिँ त्यस्ता खालका कार्यक्रमहरू चाहिँ एकदमै कम भइरहेका छन् होइन। अब सङ्घीय सरकार संसद सचिवालयका हाम्रो हजुर एकराम सर पनि हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँलाई म के अनुरोध गर्दछु भने स्थानीय तहमा रहेका यिनी सामुदायिक रेडियोहरूलाई पनि र रेडियो कर्मीहरूका लागि पनि मिडिया लिट्रेसीको चाहिँ होइन तालिमहरू दिन चाहिँ एकदमै जरुरी छ भन्ने चाहिँ लाग्छ। कुन सही हो सूचना, कुन गलत हो सूचना भन्ने त कम्तीमा मिडिया कर्मीले त छुट्याउन सक्नु पर्यो नि त होइन भन्ने चाहिँ लाग्छ। र स्थानीय स्तरमा रहेर काम गरिरहेका सामुदायिक रेडियोहरूलाई पनि सम्बोधन होस् भन्ने चाहिँ मेरो आग्रह पनि छ यहाँहरूलाई।
हस्, धेरै धन्यवाद। यो सँगै अब यो छलफललाई करिब करिब टुङ्ग्याउने क्रममा पुग्न आँटेको छु। आजको यो छलफल निष्कर्ष संसदीय खुलापनको अभ्यासमा नेपाल अरू मुलुकको तुलनामा अनुकरणीय र अग्रणी स्थानमै छ। भलै खुलापनका लागि गर्नुपर्ने काम कारबाहीको लागि सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालयले त्यसमा प्रतिबद्धता व्यक्त गरेको छ र थप के गर्न आवश्यक छ त्यो गर्नको लागि पनि संसद सचिवालय तयार छ। र यो संसद सचिवालयले जुन खालको अपेक्षा सञ्चार माध्यमबाट गरेको छ त्यो पनि सञ्चारकर्मीले र सञ्चार माध्यमले एउटा आफ्नो जुन भूमिका निर्वाह गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यो निर्वाह गर्नुपर्ने अझै देखिएको र त्यसलाई सुधार्दै लैजानुपर्ने कुरा पनि आजको यो छलफलको निष्कर्ष रह्यो। र यो छलफलमा सहभागी भइदिनु भएकोमा सङ्घीय संसद सचिवालयका प्रवक्ता एकराम गिरिज्यू, त्यसै गरी वरिष्ठ पत्रकार एसिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसर जगत नेपालज्यू, त्यसै गरी हाम्रो आजको यो छलफलमा प्रस्तुति राखिदिनु भएकोमा संसदीय मामिला पत्रकार समाजका अध्यक्ष मनोज सत्यालज्यू र सामुदायिक रेडियो प्रसारक सङ्घ अकोराबका उपाध्यक्ष तथा रेडियो मुक्ति बुटवलका अध्यक्ष दिपु पोखरेलज्यूलाई पनि धेरै धन्यवाद। र यो नेपाली भाषामा भइराखेको छलफललाई अङ्ग्रेजीमा अनुवाद गरिदिएर सहयोग गर्नुहुने अकोराबका निर्देशक आदरणीय शिरोमणि ढुङ्गानाज्यूलाई पनि धेरै धन्यवाद। र तपाईँहरूले जसरी सुनेर साथ दिनुभयो त्यसको लागि तपाईँहरू सबैजनालाई धन्यवाद। र यो लाइभ प्रसारण भइराखेको छ हाम्रो सामुदायिक सूचना नेटवर्क CIN को फेसबुक र विभिन्न सामाजिक सञ्जालहरूबाट। प्रविधिमा साथ दिने रवि धिताल, त्यसै गरी सन्तोष गन्धर्व, जुरेश साइजू अनि सहकर्मी सुशीला श्रेष्ठ लगायत सबैलाई धन्यवाद दिँदै मलाई पनि बिदा दिनुहोस्। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much to our panelists for enlightening our audience with this, with our current practices that are being adopted in our parliament and the good practices that Federal Parliament Secretariat is also adapting in order to make our parliament open and accountable. This session also provided a critical reflection on how Nepal's parliament really is, and more importantly, whether greater access to parliamentary information is translating into meaningful public participation and accountability. The rapid growth of misinformation, disinformation has also been highlighted in this panel discussion, and Mr. Jagat Nepal has also highlighted the need of equipping our public with the skills, with the media and information literacy skills, so that they will be able to fact check the information that's being widely shared across the parliamentary discourse. Especially this challenge is emerging as we also see the increasing use of social media, digital content creators that are specially focused on parliamentary content. So it's not only the responsibility of parliamentary reporters and parliamentarians, but also equal responsibility lies within us as a public to fact check and share the credible information to public. This was such an important session, and thank you so much to our panelists for enlightening us. And Madam Bindu, Madam also shared that Deepu Madam also shared that the content that is being produced across parliamentary discourse also need to be tailored for the actual needs of the community, and community radios should also be involved in this process so that they are also empowered to produce this content. Thank you so much for this diverse perspective. And with this, we would like to thank Mr. Ikram sir for your presence despite your busy schedule. We know that you have a lot in the plate right now, and also Jagat sir, Manoj sir, and Bindu ma'am for your presence. We'd like to hand over a small token of love as a token of appreciation to our panelists. And after that, we'll proceed with the group photo session. And then we'll proceed towards a short tea coffee break, and then we'll be back within 5 minutes for another session, because in another session we're going to have the speakers from our delegates from Thailand and Malaysia. They're going to present on the misinformation, disinformation, artificial intelligence, which I think will be a very important session for all of us to also learn about the international practices as well. Thank you so much. Token of love. I'd like to request Mr. President Arjun Giri to hand over the token of love to our panelists, please. Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful panel discussion. Now we are heading for a short tea coffee break, but we have exciting sessions ahead. Now for the next session, we'll have speakers from Malaysia, Thailand, and Papua New Guinea. So please be back on time, and please proceed towards the balcony hall for the tea coffee break, and then we'll see you again in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okey, sekarang ni kami nak ke lokasi di mana kereta kabel telah siap sepenuhnya dibina di Kampung Kuak Hulu di puncak Gunung Lang. Kami dah sampai di puncak Gunung Lang. Boleh dilihat ramai orang mula memenuhi kawasan ini untuk merasai sendiri pengalaman Kuak Skyride. Gunung Lang kini jadi tarikan utama Pengkalan Hulu. Kuak Skyride menghubungkan Pengkalan Hulu dengan Gunung Baling. Suasana meriah, jom kita temu bual pengunjung. Hai, dari mana ni?
Dari Gerik.
Apa perasaan bila sampai sini?
Seronok. Tempat ni cantik, sesuai sangat nak buat konten.
Baru sampai dari Baling naik kabel karbon. Macam mana rasa bila jejak puncak ni? Serious best. View dia memang
White House unveils plan to train bald eagles as patriotic aerial surveillance units.
Can you tell the difference?
Well, President Trump meets today with another global leader as his administration
Okey, sekarang ni kami nak ke lokasi.
White House unveils plan to train bald eagles as patriotic aerial surveillance units.
Can you tell the... Okey, sekarang ni kami nak ke lokasi.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, may you all be please seated towards your respective seats. We're going to start the next session in 2 minutes now. So ladies and gentlemen, may you all be seated to your respective seats so that we can proceed towards the next session. Attention please. Attention please, we're going to start the session in 2 minutes now. So I'd like to request on behalf of the organizing committee to please be seated on your respective seats so that we can proceed towards our next session. For the next session, we have amazing speakers, expert presenters from Thailand, Malaysia, and Papua New Guinea. They're going to present on AI, media ethics, and misinformation, disinformation. That's why I think this is such an important topic to discuss for us right now, while all the media and broadcasters are gathered here today. So we're going to start the session in 2 minutes now. So ladies and gentlemen, please be seated to your respective seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to proceed with the next session in 2 minutes. So may you all please be seated to your respective seats. We have 3 more sessions to cover today, and all the sessions are very important to discuss while all the media people and broadcasters are gathered here. We also have international delegates who have other schedule to cover as well for the executive board meeting. That's why we don't want to run out of time. So honorable delegates, our gentlemen, all the ladies and gentlemen from our executive board also, will start the session in 2 minutes now. So please be seated to your respective seats. For the next session, I'd like to now hand over this floor to our amazing gentleman right over there with the suit, Mr. Vikramenge Dhamika. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name. Don, we call him Don. He is program manager from AIBD Malaysia, and we're so glad to have him with us today. He's going to moderate the next session, and gentlemen, I'd like to hand over the floor to you now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All good. Shall we proceed? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me introduce myself. I'm Dom Dhamika. I'm a program manager. I'm a Sri Lankan, but currently working in Malaysia as a program manager for AIBD. I don't want to just take too much time on introduction, as we have 3 international panelists for this session. I think this may be a key opportunity for Nepal journalists, maybe the media professionals, to learn about Thailand, maybe Malaysia, maybe PNG, how their media landscape works for other parts to learn on. So on that note, Let me introduce our first speaker. She is from Thailand. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced the name, but it's quite kind of a tough name for me. But anyway, I try to manage it. Dr. Vajra Tia Vajra Kaul. I think I pronounced it properly. Let me introduce her. She is Dr. Vajrabol. Is a senior computer scientist at the Government Public Relations Department, Thai PRD. Is specializing in AI, explainable AI, and trustworthy AI for public sector communication and digital transformation. She is the founder of Fake News Deep Verify, an AI-powered misinformation detection platform recognized internationally, including as the global winner of the Global ISAFE 2026, selected from over 1,700 teams across 80 countries. It's a huge achievement for Thailand because it is one of the internationally recognized achievements for Thailand as well. So I don't want to take too much time on introduction and kindly cordially invite Doctor to take the floor and just lead the session. Thank you.
Sawadika from Thailand and Namaste Nepal. Good morning everyone. It has been an honor to be here and thank you so much AIBD for inviting me. So today what we are going to discuss about is the AI power fact checking, because as you know right now that we can make the image by AI generated, but right now that what we are doing for verifying just use only human and manual for checking is take around many hours. So that if we can use AI as well to helping us, so it can speed up the process. Can I have a presentation, please? Okay. Okay, so let me introduce myself first. So I'm Dr. Vajriya Vajrobon. So I just recently graduated from Delhi University in India under the Indian Government Scholarship PhD, I think last year. And my work is related about the research in multilingual AI, AI for cybersecurity, and also ethical AI, that how we can use AI responsibly. Okay, so when people ask me that how I start this project, when that we won the Global Winner Award, that it start from the open data, that in Thailand we collect all the data, that in according to the statistic from Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, we have anti-fake news center, so they collect all the data and they found in 2022 that a total new that have been, people want it to be verified is about 500 million messages. As you can see, it's huge. But the thing that they can verify only for 14,000 messages, which is still huge gap that we can't do it. And most of the news that they have been verified is government and policy new in 3,722 cases and healthcare. And as you can see here is the Thailand map. According to the Department of Statistics of Thailand, there have been survey for all around Thailand that Thai citizens want to resolve the most regarding the technology. So here are the top, and fake news and false information is the top 2. And here is recently statistic 5 August, 5th August on 2026 from the cyber police. This is how many cases that people got online scam in Thailand is around 1,000 cases, and it's take the money around 61 millions. So it's not like, a small amount, it's a huge amount. And if you can convert it to US dollar, you can multiply 35 and it will be how much is it. And most of the common scam that it can be is good and services, especially online shopping. And after that, it impersonates scam, they are trying to scam you by telling you that they are other people or the person that close to you. And the last one is job scam, that sometimes they have fake job scam asking you to apply the job, but you will not get anything apart from the scam. And here is we use Facebook the most, so most of the case is emerging in Facebook and followed by Line application. Line application is like WhatsApp in India or even Nepal using it. So in MIT research find that fake news have been spread 6 times faster than real news. And if we have a look in the research, it's found out that fake news can reach 1,000 to about 1 lakh people, but for true news reach only 1,000 people. So as you can see that no matter how much you try to verify and telling people, it doesn't reach at all because that they doesn't seem too interested. And apart from that, when we think about that, maybe it's happened because of the bot, but it's turned out to be human, right? The fastest spreader more than the bot. And when it comes to the type of the news that have been spread the most is political news, and comparing to other. And the last one, as we know that even clickbait or fake news that they show emotion and engagement matter, like most of them will show the shocking word or kind of emotion compelling to make people click it. And in terms of social business, also reward content that generate attention and engagement as well. So as you can see, Facebook for clearly that there are, if people share a lot or click like a lot, so they will just reward you by that. Apart from that even this study has been studied in Twitter, but also that the similar pattern can happen as well in Facebook and WhatsApp. So the pain point that we found out that we have the deepfake and manipulate content can easily deceive the public, and we still use the manual. It means it takes around 3 to 4 hours to verify one news. And the fake news has spread rapidly on the platforms such as Facebook and Line, and in Thailand we still don't have a integration system that can do text analysis or image generated AI. So that's why at that time that we start doing this project. So what we want to offer, we want AI to power fake news verification within a second. But right now we can do within 1 minute. And we want the support speed, text and image all in one for unified system. And the last one, when we verify the news, we have to compare between Thai and international sources as well. And the last one, that sometimes that when you verify it's so many websites, so our system will analyze the credibility percentage for you. And here is the AI generated image use case. A man is carrying a baby elephant. This is AI generated image in Thailand. So it shows that it's 100% fake news, and also show the text that we explain why they think like that, because they said that the elephant weight is heavier than the human can carry. So that we have the provide full analysis with citation sources as well. And because when we are doing, we have to compare with us many trustworthy websites. We don't extract the information from social media because it can be by ad. And here we also got the spam automatically. This is our system. Another work that is SMS flooding, like is smishing they call, so that the scammer will send message to you. And we upload the screenshot and it shows that it's 98% for the fake news. And they said that the pattern is such as the telephone number of FedEx is not right, even the URL is also not right. They're comparing with the international sources. So this is how that what we can do. Another one is driving license fraud in Thailand, that a lot of foreigners want to get a driving license, but the scammers say hi to them and say that we will deliver by postal to you. But the truth is fake news, because if you want to make the one of the driving license, you have to go for Department of Transportation. And it doesn't charge you around 1,500 baht, it's cheaper than that. So that is also another scam. And here I think a lot of women have been faced with nowadays. It's like they will act like they are actor. Maybe you not know, or because they take the foreign actor. So they're using actor photo for the tactic in celebrity imposter scam or even romance scam as well. So as you can see here, this man, he is the actor in Thailand, and our system can recognize him as well because we are searching for international sources. So if you compare a person, our system also can do. And here is the woman safety, especially like for the single mother. What single mother like to do the most, that they want to work at home so they can take care of their children. And the scam know about it. Scammer just like making the trick that they said, okay, you can apply job with us, but you have to pay upfront first. So that is kind of the scam that have been going on in Thailand, and I think it's not only in Thailand, it's worldwide as well. So our system verify that if you have to pay upfront, it's kind of scam trick. And this one is the children's safety. As we know that what children like doing the most is they love playing game. And here, according to Niti Aayog's report, that they said that the more the children have been spending time that is according to their age, it's like 16 and 18, the number of hours going high is around 6 hours. Like they spend time on social media, online forum, and even shopping. So this is the work that we have done, that if they got the messages like free game top up card giveaway, please fill up the form. Here is also like the trick for the children. If they hold the phone, they will say, okay, just fill up, I will get free top up for the game. So they do it, but our system show that it's fake news. And then the last one is the healthcare news. In this one, they show that apple seed contains cyanide, which is true, but it's small one. So even if you take the apple seed, it won't harm your body. But it can make people confused as well. So healthcare news is one of the top most fake news that has been spread all over social media. And when we compare the model. When we are doing AI, we have to compare the model. So we're doing with the testing system with the financial news, government news, healthcare news, and disaster news. It's turned out to be our fake news verify has been featured for 80% accuracy. So as you can see that comparing to other Thai language model. Here is our evaluation phase. When we think of AI, we can't think only for the performance of the model. We have to think of that how that we can involve human in the loop as well. So we ask people in our office to fill the questionnaire regarding our system. And has it shown that they have many evaluations such as reasoning, analytic, answer quality. Is it the sentence coherent or not, or even UI, UX? Our system can perform 4 out of 5. So it's they certify mostly. So here we have done the real world pilot implement at regional public relation office 3 in Chiang Mai. So today, if you provide the phone, so that we also provide your demo, so you can just have a look to our system as well. And our system has been registered for copyright protection with Department of Intellectual Property of Thailand. And here's just like, please scan if you want to use our system. You can grab it like fast, because after that we will start charging money after 1 hour later. So yeah, this is opportunity to grab. Okay, after scanning, please on the top right, it will have EN. Just click it there. It's changing language to English. Is it working? Have you scanned it already? The menu will be in Thai. You can change language on the top right. You click English first. Is it work? Is it working? Yes, okay. Okay, so now that is already changed to English, right? Yeah, okay, so now you can write the fake news that you want to verify. Okay, but however, like whatever happened here, just end it here. Because like it's demonstration first, and after that we will elaborate to other languages. So please don't share to external party yet, just like only the person here. Okay. So if you want to scan, you can just catch up with me later, and you can write the fake news, and after that count 1 to 5 and click to verify. You have only one button, you can verify it. It's easy to use, and what we are doing is fake news deep verify, that what we want to reduce fact-checking time from several hours to under 1 minute. Now we got around 80% accuracy in fake news detection, measure from the new headline, and after that we want to elaborate to public relations department in the full works. And after that if any organization or media organization want to work, so just feel free to reach out to me. And finally, that what we want, that we want people to be active citizens. They can verify the fake news by themselves. Here our award recognition in Thailand. We have been award for cybersecurity innovation for society award from the National Cyber Security Agency. And another work, we have been awarded first runner-up as well from the National Electronic and Computer Technology Center in Thailand. And here we just got top 15 for National Innovation Award in Thailand. And future work, that what we want to do, that if you are interested to be extended in your language, in the future we want it to elaborate to 100 languages. So, but right now we don't have the person to taste the language. So that is you warm welcome to just like talk to me regarding this, and reach out to our team as well from Thailand. Apart from that, what we want to do later, we want to develop the fake video detection, because such as the deepfake detection is very difficult for detecting, because sometimes it can be in voice, it can be in video, and also image. The way they make it is so complicated. So maybe even for the online tool also cannot catch it at all. So we want to develop it further. And the next one is we want to integrate the feedback loop. When the human is not, doesn't agree with our work, like in particular fake news checking, so they can just send feedback to us, and after that we will improve our model later. And the last one, we want to adding more security mechanism. So fake news verifies AI for trustworthy, secure, and for fast information. So before you share anything, verify before you share. And here's reference. And if you want to catch up with me, so here's my LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Feel free to ask questions.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Vajrabal. So maybe we have a question in the audience. So I'll pass it.
First of all, thank you so much for your insightful presentation. Namaste, everyone. I'm Benju Lagun, and my question is around online safety. So as someone trying to keep my tech-savvy older parents safe, I know that they are very easily they can easily fall for AI-generated fake news because they don't know how to use these apps or check sources. So what has been your experiences about how older generations in Thailand affected by this? And what basic practical safeguards can families rely on to protect them? Because we know that we always talk about kids are being exposed to social media and gaming, but we also know that a lot of older parents are also using social media and they don't know how to navigate this. So how do you, if there are any suggestions that have been applicable in Thailand so that we can also do something like that in Nepal? I can see personally that a lot of us can agree with that. So please, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. So actually that when you talk about the elder, I also got the same question when I'm doing presentation for the Global Winner Award. They said that how can the elder can just adapt to our application. So I would say that we use only one button. If you see our system, we use only one button. We try to design for like easy that access, and even the elder can check by themselves. And our system also serve for the speed processing as well. So in case of they don't want to type because it's not be able to see the screen, they also can just like push it, and after that the speed will go to text, and they also can analyze it as well. So right now we have a plan that we will evaluate in terms of particular generation. So it will be efficient the most in the future, because right now we start for about 1 year for this project. But I think that our system also can serve for not only for the children or even women, but also even elderly. We never like take for granted for that. So we are doing it later and for future work, that for sure that if we can, so that we will elaborate to the generation. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it answers the query that came from the audience. So I don't want to take too much time on this, as our Thai team will be here for the rest of the summit, and always feel free to connect. So she can just deliver whatever the way that she brings the expertise from Thailand. It may be really ideal for you also to learn from Thai's experience. But without further ado, as we are running out with the time, so please give a round of applause for Dr. Vajrabol. Okay, maybe I'll just give, there is one very burning request from the audience from Malaysia. So I'll give the mic to Malaysia to answer the question. So maybe quickly, if you just let the question answer, so maybe she can answer.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Faris again from RTM Malaysia. Since I'm from the public broadcaster, just wanna hear your opinion. What are the strategies, from your opinion, can public broadcaster adopt just to educate or empower audience to identify all these fake news? So how to advocate, from your opinion? Thank you.
Please answer the question in its brief, so it makes.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I just want to know how government scan 40,000 messages every day. Is there any issue of freedom of expression? How you view that? How the Thailand government is doing that?
Actually, they have anti-fake news center, so people will send a lot of like fake news to them for verify. But the way they're doing in traditionally by using the human to verify it, so they can do only 14,000. That is your answer. I hope it helped.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Vajrabol. Okay, just please give a round of applause for Dr. Vajrabol for exciting remarks where they shared the. Sorry. Okay, so I'm really sorry for that.
Okay.
Because we are running out of the time, so I was just also sorry for that.
I'm already speed up. So like how to the public advocate for the people to verify the news by themselves, right? So I would say that I think the awareness, you have to raise awareness first since they are young age. It's not only that you sometimes it's heavily for the education that you have to put on. It should be the good start for them to verify that it's better that before they share anything, they have to verify it again. And another thing that I think is have to be the government have to use AI for that. Because right now that if you use human, it's not fast as the spreading of the fake news. So I think AI adoption is also one choice of it. And it's to help them by saying to them that you have to use AI responsibly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it answers the question, right? So, okay, let me move with the agenda item, because we have another speaker from Malaysia, where he's going to share the Malaysian experience on fake news. So I don't want to further get it delayed. So let me introduce our next speaker, Mr. Vimal Sati Silan. Can we have the slide? Okay, Vimal is Can you get this slide off this? Anyway, Vimal is a legal advisor and a member of the legal team from AIBD, and he brings the expertise from the legal perspective, from Malaysian experience, where our members will learn how the fake news really is a problem for each of the members in every part of the world. So I cordially invite Vimal to just take the floor and proceed with the presentation. Please give a round of applause for the Vimal.
This one?
Hello.
Hello. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Vimal Satyasilan. Before I start the topic of conversations today, I would like to play a very short video, and then we take it from there. Proceed.
White House unveils plan to train bald eagles as patriotic aerial surveillance units.
Can you tell the difference? Well, President Trump meets today with another global leader as his administration promises more trade deals.
The one on the left is AI generated, while the right is.
So the two videos over here, by right, I suppose to ask whether everyone can distinguish between which one is AI and which one is the real one. So I suppose it seems to be a predicament to choose which one is AI generated video and which one is original. So these are basically the problems that not only media, any sectors, and also public going to face when it comes to the usage of AI tools. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Can I have my slide, please? First slide. Just for the brief introductions, I'm a lawyer from Malaysia. I have my own law firm. I'm a partner in Leon and Partners. So today I will be talking about the media ethics. So I will be more precise and narrowed to the issues of age of disinformations within media and how can we combat that in an ethical manner. So these are the topics for today that I want to discuss. In other words, or in a simplest terms, I will tell how to behave in using the artificial intelligence tool. All right, before we go into the behavioral mechanisms, one of the most important thing you need to understand is the interpretations of the artificial intelligence. So we need to understand what defines artificial intelligence, and it plays a later roles in law. So this is one of the global act known as European Union AI Act. So European Union Artificial Act, which currently a well-established and gazetted law defines under Recital 5A and Article 3 that AI simply means a machine-based system that is designed to operate with varying levels of autonomy and that may exhibit adaptiveness after deployment, and that for explicit or implicit objective infers from the input it received, how to generate output such as predictions content, recommendations or decision that can influence physical or virtual environments. Now, to simplify this, the keywords of AI definition per se can be divided into certain categories. So, to simplify it, what is AI? The first thing, AI is machine-based. That means it has almost zero involvement of human being. The second part of it is an autonomy, they act without direct human control. And the third will be inference. An AI able to interpret data to produce outcome so that it can bring decisions to the user. And the fourth will be output. It includes content, it provides you image, audios, etc. And last but not least is impact. So the output can influence real world actions and perceptions. Now, as I said, why I have to start with the legal definitions is mainly because why the definitions is important. So the first thing is to assign the responsibility and liability. So in order for us to find out whenever there is problems with AI, be it in media and whatnot, we need to understand who will be the responsible parties. Is it the AI tool organizations, the user, or the organizations as whole? So that's why the definitions is extremely important. The second part of it is also to determine whether which existing law or regulations can be applicable. Bear in mind, most of the AI apps are worldwide. So we have medias in Malaysia using AI tools that are not exist in Malaysia. So whenever there is disputes in terms of mishap of AI tools or anything outcomes that are coming from AI, we have to know that which jurisdiction does it falls for us to get the remedies for those damages. Okay, the next thing is distinguishes. I think there is slight confusions between AI tools and also the traditional method. So quickly, what AI, I think we are aware of the basic ones such as ChatGPT, we have Claude, we have AI voice cloner, AI news anchor, facial recognition software. But the traditional software might look similar, but it's entirely different, be it the law and the applications. So we have basic video editing skills, we have Adobe, we have timetable generators, spelling and grammars. All this, it might look like AI, but it's not really artificial intelligence. So that distinction is important. And the third and fourth reason is also to harmonize cross-border compliance. So different regions, now different countries is having slightly different definitions of AI. It's simply because the problem is AI is developing rapidly as opposed to law, it takes time. So by even the European Union Act has been amended a couple of times and it came into enforcement somewhere in 2026. The reason being is that the policy making process is way slower and that's how it's supposed to be, as opposed to the AI just develop and be someone or something that entirely different. So by the time for us to understand what is AI, it evolves like nobody business. So that's why we need a standardized definitions within the collaborated countries so that we can apply it, standardize it throughout the other nations. So how to tell if it is actually legally AI is that does it make a decisions or predictions for a user or an individual? Does it use data to improve or infer pattern? Does it act autonomously to achieve goal? If the answer to all these three questions is affirmative or yes, then what's going to happen pretty much you are dealing with an AI. Just quickly on this, I think everyone understood what is AI roles. Nowadays for media, we are using AI as a role in creating content. So it goes on music and art. So we have tools like OpenAI, MuseNet, Google Deep Dreams. So these are apps that are using to compose music by the generator, and then we have films and media, and we have journalisms and literature. So now journalism has become very advanced. There are additional tools which we will talk about it later. So these AI tools for media has been used mainly for content creating. It is also to choose which informations tend to be the most likable information in certain countries. So in media, there are tools which determines what are the news that particular region of people want to hear. And this AI tool will help to segregate the news and to show that, oh, this is what, for example, Nepalis want to hear. And it gives that sort of level of understanding. So the problems that media members suffers is that whenever the AI comes into picture, they use AI to do the work and the artworks release out, what's going to happen most likely, other media companies can just pluck it out and play it in their own system. The reason because any hard work that done through AI tools doesn't really protected by the law. For example, copyright. So if you have an articles that you prepared and you have an ideas that you want to publish, and in fact, even if you've published it, you cannot own the rights of it. To a certain extent, of course. So that is the current problems where the law is trying to deal with it. But at the moment, it's very murky in a sense that, because for example, if we go on the Malaysian law for Copyright Act 1987, it talks about who or what can be a work or outcome be protected by copyright. So it does say, if you look at Section 7 of the Copyright Act 1987, it requires sufficient effort to have been expended to make work original in character. By definitions and case law, right beside that, or YKL Engineering, it's a Malaysian case law. So it does say sufficient effort here, it refers to an involvement of human being. So in other words, if you are using AI by the definitions I mentioned just now, by the European Union Act, your work, no matter how good is it, it will not be protected by the copyright. And any other person can simply just copy and publish it anywhere, and there's nothing you can do about it. That are the current problems that we are facing. And if we compare globally, the situation is pretty much the same. If you look at the United States law, even there is a book in USA that has been fully prepared by artificial intelligence. But whether that book is protected by copyright, the answer is no. Because the US law believes that copyright work requires a functional efforts of human being instead of AI tools. Then if you go UK is taking a slightly a flexible approach, and they're still trying to figure out. That's where the European Union Act comes into picture. And then we also have EU, which still takes the position, no, any AI involvements will not be copyrighted. And then China is unclear, but they are way advanced in recognizing AI tools in copyrights. And Malaysia is still coming out with policies, but there is no actual law to say that AI work will be protected by copyright. So the question as to who is the author of a work, it's always been a question mark here. Now, I did explain just now about the European Union Artificial Intelligence Act. Why I choose this act is because it's comprehensive, number one. It's trying to standardize. That means any countries who want to implement a certain strategy of law or policy, you can always rely on this, because it's not narrowed for certain countries. It's pretty much flexible. And the second part of it is extremely comprehensive as to what we need to use. Now, for media, it will be extremely useful because to simplify the European Union Act, it has probably like 200-300 pages. To simplify the act, it categorizes artificial intelligence into 4 categories. And each category has their own mechanism how you should deal with the artificial intelligence tool, which we will look at it. Now, the first risk is unacceptable risk. So the European Union Artificial Intelligence Act says that there are certain AI tools or way that use AI tool deemed to be unacceptable risk. And whenever it falls in that category, that means it is strictly prohibited. There is no way you can use it, and even if you use it and publish it, then you are subjected to severe fine. So what are those? We talks about anything that breach the basic understandings of human rights. For example, behavioral manipulations, exploitations of vulnerable characters people, social scoring of public authority. So they are governments that using AI to do social scoring and biometric identifications on real times. So the European EU AI Act says that no, you can't do that. You simply can't use AI tool to do that, and any work that comes from it, it's a violations of privacy and human rights. That is one of the risks. The second risk is the most important risk, which is high risk. Now, high risk, even be it media, it will fall under it, medicals, it will fall under it, teacher, tutoring, it all falls under high risk. So what is high risk system? It includes system use critical infrastructure, educations, healthcare, and financial services. Now, for example, educational and vocational training, automated scoring. We also have on employment, right? Work management and access to self-employment, automated recruitment, and law enforcement for mitigations and sentencing. So in Malaysia, I think for the past 2 years, the Malaysian law, the Malaysian court allows lawyers to use artificial intelligence to compare on the sentencings for criminal. And those who falls in under this category, the risk is high, and there is ethical consideration that has to be complied according to EU. And we will go to that in detail, but briefly, the systems for high risk require a majority compliance of obligations. So you need to make sure there is a data quality and governance, transparency, accountability, and human oversight. We will go in detail there, so I'll skip this. So the third risk is limited risk. Limited risk, we are talking about the examples of like AI interactions with consumer. If you see in Asia, you have chat box. And the fourth one is minimal risk. So minimal risk are freely usable, but it just have to be ethical. Now, this is the main part or the crux of my my presentations. So how can you make sure that, be it in any of the risks that I mentioned just now, that you can perform it in an ethical way, at the same time you can protect an organization from any future disputes or damages. So mainly the simple principle says you need to make sure that you have this box tick. So what does that mean? You must have an accountability, integrity, explainability, transparency, human oversights, consent, and safety. Now, quickly, I'm just going to choose a couple of it to explain, because Don is staring at me and saying, you better stop. So, for example, for consent, we have a suit in India recently. It's in 2023 by Anil Kapoor. Anil Kapoor is a famous actor, I suppose everyone know him. So there are people or companies using him and put him in AI and shoot out advertisement as if he is holding some product and explaining and trying to advertise the product. So Anil Kapoor actually brought a suit against Simply Life India for saying that, look, Simply Life cannot use me and put it in AI and sell their product. And of course, the court agreed and granted injunctions to it. So that's where consent is extremely important. Now, when we talk about accountability, what we mean is compliance. We talk about document and traceability. We talk about audit impact assessment and assessing liability. So usually in foreign companies now, there are AI officer exists within the organizations who has all documentations of all the AI tool that has been used, who are using the AI, what are the products and outcome that has been coming. So in other words, there is data and audit that has been kept by them, so that whenever there is a mishap of AI, you have documents to show what exactly happened, so that you are showing to the public, especially media, that you are accountable to it to a certain extent. Now, bear in mind, for media, one of the most important key that public believe is trust. If you break the trust, people don't believe you. It's as simple as that. That's where accountability will play a very important situations. Now, what is one of the solutions as an organization is if you want to feel that we want to take accountability, I'm not sure how many people know about it. There are already companies that providing insurance for AI tools mishap. So any wrongdoing from AI by organizations and whatnot, there are insurance companies who are providing an insurance coverage. For example, Armila, Munich, and Founder Shield. These are samples of insurance policy that exist. So media organization can consider these kind of insurance policies to say that, look, we have insurance covered and we are accountable for it. The next is transparency and explainability. So you must be able to explain to the public there is AI involved. So be it is in video and anchor is trying to give, AI anchor is trying to give news updates and whatnot. You have to make sure there is some sort of watermark, some sort of disclaimers to public that, look, this is some sort of AI involvement. And you disclose AI interactions. The audience should know when they are interacting to AI. For example, chat box. If you go to Asia chat box, there is an AI involved, and you will be notified that you are actually communicating with an AI system instead of a person, actually. So back in the days, there's not much disclaimer, but now they are disclaiming it to public so the public know what they're doing and what they're getting. And of course, one of the most important thing is human oversight. I have to emphasize on it because I realize when we use AI, eventually we lose ourselves. AI is extremely important. I want to use it, but it extracts out the critical thinking of a human being. So human oversight, you have to emphasize, if you're a media owner, you have an organization, company owners, you have to appreciate human flaws. You have to let the humans to be there, do it, and make mistake, and just make AI as a secondary part of systems that assist them. Because the beauty of flaws is way better and so-called perfections from AI. Yeah, but of course, my associates, they don't agree with me. They say they will just use AI for everything. But that's a different story. The last one is integrity, probably the second last, the integrity. So when we talk about integrity, AI should be used in a way that preserves journalistic integrity, accuracy, and independence. For example, AI must not invent journalism. So what does that mean? AI can generate convincing but completely fictional facts, code, and source. I'll give an example later on. The second part is never create a fake reality. So AI can generate realistic image, audio, video of events that happen. For example, the sample that I showed. And trust me, medias are falling for it simply because media is in the race of getting the early birds get the worm. You get what I mean? So they want to be fast, and AI helps them, but there's so many problems that are happening because of that, and it costs everyone a lot. So we cannot compromise certain things. And the third one, AI should not replace editorial judgment. Again, this is actually human oversight. So you want people to come in, you want people to check it out, vet through, make any comments, and then push it out to public. Okay, I did talk about consent just now, one of the India reported case law. Now, one of the way for consent, which is going to be the most expensive damages for media organization, is that how you process data. Bear in mind, any artificial intelligence tools, when you use it, they do not get consent from the public or an individual. They get those informations, be it Facebook or Instagram or anywhere, vlogs, and they fetch you the information. And they don't tell you where they're getting the information to a certain extent. They might give you the website and all that, but they don't tell you who's the author of that information. Now, what's going to happen when you take that information and publish it out? You're going to breach the privacy law in any country, and usually breach of privacy is an expensive litigation, I can tell you that. So, for example, the European Union, the EU law do have a general data protection regulations on how you want to use certain information in a very quick way. I'll say that you need an explicit consent. Consent means you don't walk around to people and just ask, can you consent? It could be a tick box. It could be a notification telling them you are using it. So there is a data subject right. The individual must have the right to access to those informations that you are holding, there must be erasing mechanism. That means if someone's telling, hey, look, I saw you use my information, but I want it to be out of the system, then you must do it. And also privacy by design, you must have a mechanism to protect those informations. So these are generally very expensive litigations. It costs a lot for organizations. So privacy is something that media always have to respect and comply, because I'm very sure every country has its own privacy law. This is one of the case I did. I was one of the solicitor for 1MDB dispute, one of the biggest money laundering matter that happened in this entire world. So here, one of the person was charged in US, and what happened is his solicitor in US, when they do written submissions, so they did use AI tool, and what happened, the AI actually extract out some lyrics from a song to support closing arguments in court. And of course, he lost and he's in jail, but I'm suppose there are other factors to it, but these are one of the errors that can cost a lot. I understand, when I did 1MDB, I was acting for 1MDB, Development Berhad suing the ex-Prime Minister of Malaysia and his stepson, Ray Granite Capital. There were a lot of documents, and AI helped us, but these are the problems that AI can cause, which will be extremely problematic. That's why we always rely on lawyers to do the actual works from in and out, and rely on AI, probably like 10 to 30% maximum. This is another sample, and it's also a mishap. This was used by media. Sorry. The second one was during the conflict between the Ukraine and Russia. So there was a video leaked out as if the Ukraine president said that, you know, all the soldiers have to surrender themselves and basically surrender to the Russian. So some of the media actually leaked out this, and it caused a lot of problems, because they are soldiers based in a different region, and they might think, oh, is this an instructions from my leader? So media play a very important role there, and that's about it actually. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for taking that.
Okay. Thank you, Vimal. So I know that it was rushed, but actually not knowing the law is not an excuse. We media professionals always miss this part in our career. We normally concentrate on our day-to-day professional work, but we don't know actually the legal perspective. This is where AIBD brings legal perspective into the matters where our media professionals face day-to-day. So that's how Mr. Vimal really shared some insightful case studies from Malaysia also, to learn how this is very much important for media organization as we media professionals to look at. Because as I told you, not knowing the law is not an excuse. We become a culprit at any point if we don't know the law. So therefore, we need to understand the legal perspective of any context that we are working with is an important factor in our professional life. Thank you, Vimal. Please give a round of applause to him. And I don't want to take too much time, as I'm moving ahead with our next speaker, which is the final speaker for the session. So we are going to listen to the PhD, because sometimes this is the story that we don't know, and maybe we are not heard too much. So we have here with us in the audience one expert from media industry. He is Michael Samuga, Deputy Managing Director, National Broadcasting Corporation, NBC, Papua New Guinea. Mr. Michael Samuga is one of the leading experts in the industry with over 35 years of experience. So I kindly invite Mr. Samuga to take the floor and just make the presentation. Please go a round of
here, just this one next, this one back. Hello, everyone. I know I'm not the most popular guy right now, because I'm pushing your lunch way past lunch hour. And I feel so belittled, because our esteemed lawyer, has taken us through AI, which is something that I'm very interested in. And anyway, my short presentation, there's 14 slides, and I'm going to try to cut it down to 7. And it's simply about the experience of NBC Papua New Guinea. NBC Papua New Guinea is National Broadcasting Corporation of Papua New Guinea. And the challenges that we have in terms of media convergence. And so when I became a radio broadcaster back in the late 80s, I'm ancient now, there was no such terminologies that existed. And over time, we heard about, or I heard about, technology convergence. And this one is media convergence. So do you know the difference? Hands? Anyway, so this is NBC Papua New Guinea's experience in terms of media convergence in our everyday delivery of our broadcast service in Papua New Guinea. So what is the setup in terms of NBC? In terms of NBC, why convergence media now means a lot to us. And so Papua New Guinea is a very geographical challenging country, just like I believe Nepal. There's a more challenging for us is that we have more than 800 different languages. And in and amongst that, we have 22 separate provinces. In Nepal, you have 7, I think I heard someone say 7 provinces. Yeah, we have 22. And when we were incepted in 1973, the legislation that created NBC was on radio alone. That legislation has never been amended. In fact, as I speak, we are going through the process of having it amended. And so this is the challenge that we have in facing media convergence. And what is media convergence? Media convergence is when we have different content platforms that were standalone, radio itself, television itself. These are now being converged, meaning that the boundaries between television, between television being television and radio being radio is now being blurred. We are working across platforms. And so that's the challenge with us in Papua New Guinea. And when you have the main medium being radio, all our skilled personnel, journalists, broadcasters, engineers are radio-based. And so when you're transitioning into other media, technically our technical people can adapt, but in terms of broadcasters, in terms of journalism, how do you work through the different platforms? Because the different platforms will carry content in a different format. I forgot that I'm supposed to press the slide here. Okay, so what we mean by convergence, I've already said about it. There's technical, there's organizational, there's regulatory, and also there is commercial there. But this is all coming together. And so for us in NBC, we are working across this, and AI has brought in another challenge to us. And so this is how a third world national public broadcaster is coping with it. Like I said, I'm going to whiz through so that you can have your lunch. Our starting point, where we are. Microphone. We have microphones. Hello. Okay. I can't read my own slide from that end. Okay, so we have, where we are, we have radio and television operators largely separate production pipelines with audiences, different audiences. So it's separate show briefs and run sheets, platform-specific audiences, limited cross-platform data. And so where we are headed, and so this year, I led our team, a senior management team, to develop a content strategy. Now that content strategy has a dual pathway to accommodate content. When we are a national public broadcast, our mandate is to publish government information, development information, and all that. That's mandate driven. Over the last 50 years, when we were in existence, the market aspects of media has now challenged us. And so we have set this content strategy to accommodate our mandate as well as our market. And so we have a content strategy. We have a shared production and multiple outputs we're working across now, and platform neutral distribution. So we're now working towards evergreen content, meaning that there is no content that you will say good evening or good morning, because we're going on all platforms. That's radio, television, terrestrial, and digital, as well as online now. Okay, so what is the opportunity for NBC? Well, media convergence allows us now to push our services to the whole nation. And like I said, we are a small country, but it's very rugged, and the challenges of pushing out technology in terms of terrestrial towers, in terms of digital connectivity, is a challenge to us. Anyway, over time, radio has played a major role in the highlands, where our communities live up on the mountains. Then television is towards more urban areas, and mobile and social for connected audiences within urban settings. So these are the opportunities that we have. Another opportunity that we have is efficiency and new revenue. And so in terms of efficiency, we have a single platform neutral production pipeline that duplicates or that carries content that's shared into all the different platforms that we share. We have one, pardon me, and so the duplication is more or less reduced. Digital advertising and sponsorship, that's a revenue opportunity there. And mind you, our sales team had been focused on radio advertising and then television advertising. Now they have to grasp this, and you might laugh at us because digital advertising, social media, or online advertising is something that we're still grasping or working through. And another challenge is what our last speaker had said in terms of AI-generated advertising. And the other one is understanding our audience across platforms, not by just not in platform, but understanding who really is our audience on whichever platform. We can say that we are 100% across Papua New Guinea, but who is accessing our content? There's another opportunity there, election and emergency broadcasting. And so 2027, the next year, we will have our national general elections. And so right now, our IT team, our technical team are working on an NBC app. We're still developing one, and it's already a prototype. But this app will now allow us to project election results and information credible to our population, citizens in Papua New Guinea. Because in the last elections, we noticed a lot of misinformation, disinformation, fake vote numbers, and so there was a lot of confusion. We also have an emergency broadcast policy and plan. I was the one who developed it, and this empowers us to now utilize media convergence in projecting a disaster and alert emergency warnings. And so right now, we have what is called El Nino. One side of the country is all dry. One side of the country is all wet. And so we're carrying messages from the National Disaster, Papua New Guinea National Disaster Center, and this has helped. The other one is convergence as a public safety and civic participation tool, not just efficiency. And so we allow public now to interact with us. And when you're talking about fake news, misinformation, the public interacts. And in the interaction, we can tell how the public is consuming content. Not only our content, but other media as well. And so it helps to direct information. And we're working closely with our Department of ICT, who are the policy makers in Papua New Guinea in terms of all the communication policies. And one major one that they're working on right now is the AI one. And I'd like to get your information later today, so that when I go back, I will talk to our team to contact you and then get all these experiences from you. Okay, the challenges, that's for a third world broadcaster, national public broadcaster. And you know what? National public broadcasters, we are limited in finance, we are limited by state funding. And so, however big our dreams are, we are limited with what we can do. And so, the benefits of digital convergence are unevenly distributed because of our geography. Some areas have quick access to digital services, others are still plodding along. High downstream data cost. In Papua New Guinea, the cost of data is very high. And so that's one of the challenges. And our National Information Communication Technology Authority, that's the regulator of the spectrum in Papua New Guinea, is just reviewing its pricing, licensing standards, and NBC has put in its submission to look at lowering the connectivity costs so that NBC, as a national public broadcaster that is using a lot of data, can be able to deliver digital content to our people. Another challenge, distribution architecture. We launched a digital TV service in 2024 that only had 10 terrestrial transmitters. Now, the reality sunk to us when those 10 terrestrial transmitter facilities were operating. They need fuel, they need power. That cost has shot up in terms of our operational cost. We're now looking at direct-to-home, DTH, in the next phase. And so that's direct satellite link down to the subscriber. And so we have national coverage, cost to scale nationally, infrastructure dependency. Okay, I just said it, regulation hasn't caught up. So what we are operating under right now is Broadcasting Act 1973, purely radio. And so we are working across digital and television without legislative empowerment, you might say. And so that's a challenge, and we are rushing through the whole legislative review process now. And the other one is the editorial policy guideline that NBC has was based on radio. Now we're carrying television, digital television, online, and so that editorial policy and guideline, which was initially for radio only, is now out of date. So we are working on that. People funding and editorial integrity, it's all there. Convergence is an organizational and financial commitment. It's not just a technology upgrade. Okay? So it's a sequencing, meaning that we are progressing and not replacing. So broadcast, radio, and analog TV to hybrid, direct-to-home, digital television, and digital platforms. And that's the convergent path now going forward. Okay, these are the questions that we at NBC have. 4 questions. What sequencing of digital investment best protects reach for rural and remote audiences? So we've got to think this. Which legislative provision in the Broadcasting Act reform must enable rather than constrain convergence? And how should public broadcasters prioritize capital distribution? Is it infrastructure or newsroom or personal capability? These are the big questions that we're asking. Do we put up that digital platform, push it, or we train our journalists? Finally, what governance safeguards preserve editorial independence as content spans more platforms? And so that's the story of NBC Papua New Guinea. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Samuga. Actually, we are running out with the time because we have one more session before we break for the lunch. Therefore, I kindly quickly invite Mr. Arjun Giri, the ACORAB president, to come on stage because we are going to hand over some of the token of appreciations to our speakers. Please. Yeah, please come. First, I would like to invite Mr. Michael Samuga. Please take your token of appreciation from ACORAB President, Mr. Arjun Giri. Next, I'll kindly ask Dr. Vajrabol, please. Next, Dr. Vajrabol, please take your token of appreciation. Next, Mr. Vimal. Okay, thank you. I think all done for the session. Now I hand over my responsibility to Pali, who is going to lead the session because we already have one more session before we break for the lunch. I think that session is going to be quickly finished. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Balista Shakya, and now without any further ado, we will be moving to our next session, which focuses on a very timely issue, child digital safety and the role of media in preventing online abuse. As children spend a lot of time online, keeping them safe is no longer the only responsibility of the parents, school, or the technology platforms. Media also plays a very important role in informing children, families, raising awareness, and promoting safer digital behavior. And to lead this conversation, we have with us Mr. Siromani Dhungana, the Executive Director of Okorab Nepal and a seasoned journalist and media professional with extensive experience in journalism, strategic communication, and community media. His work also engages with issues of media literacy, misinformation, and responsible communication. I would like to hand over the floor to Mr. Dhungana. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Okay, thank you once again. I know we all are waiting for lunch, and so I don't take much time. Thank you for being here throughout the day and listening to us so passionately. So the session is now keeping children safe is like when we grew up, we used to say that, okay, socialization is shaped by church or family, teacher, temple, or mosque, or things like that, neighbor, or things like that. Now the concept has been evolving and changing. Now we can firmly say that the socialization and social learning process of our children has been shaped by media. Not only traditional media, but also digital platform. And the content, nature of content goes beyond the border. The one content being produced in India can easily get impacted to the psychology and social learning process of children in Nepal. So the impact of media, one of my former colleagues shared that the content, even if it is local, the content easily go global. In this interconnected and webbed scenario of media, it is very pertinent question that how to keep our children safe. And it is not only the responsibility of parents, it is not only the responsibility of schools, it is not only the responsibility of government, it is our responsibility. And we as a champion of broadcast media, we need to play our role to keep our children safe online. So first going to the Asia Pacific scenario, we can see many children using digital platform in the form of game, in the form of apps, in the form of chatbot or AI and many other platform we can see. And following the COVID, even school forced children to stay online, right? Even school requested children to be online. So in this context, multiple children have been exposed to the digital platform on multiple fronts, in multiple ways. So, and second is throughout the Asia Pacific, not only in Nepal, learning, entertainment, communication, and social life has also been shaped by digital platform. Similarly, access to harmful content, that has been common problem for countries across Asia Pacific region. Speed and scale of digital media content has been growing. The most challenging part for many countries across Asia Pacific is limited digital literacy. On the one hand, children are being exposed to digital content rapidly and in the speed. On the other hand, our curriculum has not been able to cope up with the changing landscape, changing media and information landscape. That is where our role comes. So while talking about our roles, not only the demand side, we need to also think about supply side. In the past, when traditional media used to dominate the societies, we used to have children-focused dedicated magazine, specialized magazine. We used to have children-focused specialized radio programs. We used to have children-focused specialized television programs. Where are they now? We need to think about it. So while being commercial, are we paying enough attention to the need of children? That's the great question. And we, as broadcaster of Asia Pacific region, we need to think about it and we need to invest on this front. So there are multiple domain of, while talking about the domain of impacts of digital platform, there are multiple domain that our children have been impacted by contents. For example, identity. When they most of them, they feel that they are valued, they are respected, or their voices are heard only when they are on digital platform. A relationship, new form of relationship has been evolving. Attitude and behavior, as I said earlier, socialization, social learning, all process have been shaped by digital platform and media. And mental health and emotional well-being, it has really become challenge for parents and governments across the region to keep the children safe from cyberbullying, social compromisation, online humiliation, harmful content, and other things. And that has direct consequences to the confidence, well-being, and growth of children, and decision making, definitely. So, apart from that, also some of the common safety risks that children has been facing is online grooming, cyberbullying, peer violence, sexual exploitation and abuse. Definitely it was also, even before media, it was there, and is still, now it is taking in the new forms. Harmful and inappropriate content, trafficking and exploitation. I can say, at least in the South Asia region, many trafficking and exploitation has been done by using digital platform, has been done by attracting children through digital platform, by promising unrealistic world, by promising unrealistic benefits. That has been happening across South Asian region. And I believe that that's the common problem across Asia Pacific and beyond. And misinformation and disinformation, generally what we say is, what we believe is, we are the victim, we the adult are victim of misinformation and disinformation. But that is not the case. Even children are being victim of misinformation and disinformation. Who verifies the content that has been consuming by children? And we even don't dare to, sometimes we don't get enough time to pay attention on that matter. While talking political, we say, okay, it is disinformation or misinformation. But while talking social, cultural, community issues, we generally don't check the facts. We generally don't pay the enough attention. And that's where broadcasters need to pay the attention, I think. Yeah, as I said earlier, the content, that should not be for the children only. That should be with the children, by the children as well. And we need to pay enough attention on that. And commercial interest should not dominate the interest of children. That is another fundamental part. We can be commercial throughout, but when it comes to the issue of children, I think we need to pay more attention and be more sensible and sensitive. And child protection, we should not compromise. And age, from the today morning, my previous colleague said, we are progressing, not the replacing. That was the phrase I took from you. Yes, many platforms has been converging. The convergence is the reality. So broadcast media, it has not become irrelevant. We are progressing. As I said today morning, podcast for me, it is an extension of radio. YouTube for me, it is an extension of television. So a digital platform, it is an extension of broadcast media. So the role of broadcast media to influence the society, to influence the positive social behavior is more relevant than ever. So instead of saying that we are becoming irrelevant, we need to adapt and adopt the new technology, emerging technology, and we should not compromise on the content quality and other part that traditional broadcasting media used to do. High standard reporting, production of enough content that can attract children, and we say human-centric design for the content, design for adults, but we have never said human-centric design that fit for children specific content. That is where we should pay enough attention. Okay, so in the end, I personally strongly believe that international media collaboration is very important, and it is this kind of forum should be used to share, exchange, and collaborate the ideas, trend, and practices, and we should not hesitate to adopt good practices that is being done by another country. Definitely, at Okorav, we highly believe in collaboration, partnership, and to keep our children safe, not only the children of Nepal, but across the country, to keep our children safe. We are committed for any kind of collaboration with media from across Asia Pacific and beyond. That's all from my side for now. If you have any question or any, if you want to share any good practices, any case from your country, I would love to hear from you. Thank you for now. Anyone have any question or to share good practices? Okay. If not, Palista, yeah, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tungana, for such an informative session. And thank you so much, all of you, for being such patient audience. Now, as we break away for lunch, I would like to inform you all that you must collect your lunch coupons at the registration table before you go out for lunch. And the lunch is currently being served at my right-hand side corridor. So, thank you so much for being the part of this session. We will be taking a break from the session right now for lunch, and I hope to see you all back for another session at 1:45. Thank you so much.